switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I need your side, Fidelity.
You are listening to Citi 97.3 FM, the city's finest.
There can be no other 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to Citi. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. Citi FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music. Talk. Inspiration. In perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM 97.3.
Down on your knees to pray to Jah, the Creator, for a miracle in your life. When you say I pray for the wicked, so their hearts may turn. Pray for the innocent, so they may be vindicated. Pray for the guilty, so they may repent. Pray for the broken, so they may find strength. Pray for the truth, so it may defeat lies. Oh, pray for the liars, so they may seek the truth. Pray every day, pray every time, pray without ceasing. Pray out of the
Citi 97.
Pray without ceasing.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Pray without ceasing. Prayer opens all doors. Pray every day. Every time. Pray without ceasing. Prayer opens all doors.
Pray without ceasing. Prayer opens all doors. And this is the way we choose to start the Citi Breakfast Show today, Monday, the 8th of June. Pray as if that's the only way to cause change. Work as if that's the only way to bring a difference. That's a good way to live your life. This is from a Hanedi.
Pray for the sick, so they may.
Sounds like a gospel reggae artist. I'll tell you more about him shortly. Pray for the sick. Pray for the land. Pray for your leaders.
Contentment.
It says, first of all, I urge that supplications, intercessions, prayers and thanksgiving be made for all, especially those who are in authority, that we may live a peaceful life which is acceptable to God, who wants all men to be saved and come to the knowledge of the truth. That's 1 Timothy 2:1-4. So we're praying this morning. Well, we're playing a song of prayer, welcoming you to a different platform. It's called 97.3 Citi FM, Citi Breakfast Show. It makes more sense. We bring you the news review segment, business, sports, and a lot of interesting analysis. Business Sense is where we started off from, brought to you by ABSA. Our green finance loan is making life easy. Get an EV and reduce what you spend getting around. Switch to efficient or energy efficient equipment and lower the cost of running your home or business. Install solar panels and cut down your power costs. ABSA Bank helps you finance all of this with the ABSA Green Finance Loan. Come to any of our branches, ask about the ABSA Green Finance Loan. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters, ABSA. Don't forget, ABSA is our proud partner in the Citi Business Festival 2026 with another exciting edition of conversations coming up this morning at 9. How to finance your agribusiness is where we're focused on this morning. It's a big panel discussion on Africa, continental free trade, exports development on Thursday at 11 on Channel 1 television.
Even when the suffering is endless,
It's the same day the World Cup starts.
seems impossible.
Some fantastic things coming up on that as well.
Jah listens to the humble,
The news review segment with Richard Sky and Caleb Kudah proudly brought to you
and when you
by Zonda Tech. Welcome to your one-stop automobile shop and proud operator of an automobile assembly plant here in Ghana. From light, heavy, or light-duty trucks by Forland to construction equipment by Shantui and Sunny Group, Zonda Tech delivers topmost quality. Choose Zonda, choose excellence. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits from lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. Call 0800 003 355. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. What a weekend. A lot of rain on Saturday, a lot of rain on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's funny, the rains are a blessing, but they can also become a problem for some of us. So
I watched a video, at least 2 videos yesterday.
yeah,
And I was broken.
Charlie.
For a long time, I couldn't be moved that way, but yesterday I was so moved.
is it the one you sent to me?
Yes, there was one of a young lady
Yeah.
who said he had rented a room somewhere in
Nanakrom.
Nanakrom.
Yeah. My-
Apparently, the landlord had misled her, represented to her that this house was not affected by floods, blah, blah, blah. She acted on that representation to her detriment.
Everything is gone.
Everything destroyed. When
Yeah.
you listen to the story, invested
Yeah.
in excess of 70,000,
No, it's
70,000,
insane.
she said, yes.
Yeah.
To put that place together, a young mother, a single mother. I mean,
You know,
it was
sometimes when you are
devastating.
looking for a house, people say go during the rainy season, but
Yeah.
not everybody has that luxury.
Exactly.
If you are being kicked out, say around March, there's no way you're going to wait till
sorry.
June.
Yeah.
All
And
right,
then
but-
there was this photographer.
Mhm.
I think I sent you that.
I have that one too.
Exactly. Who was speaking about how he invested so
Oh,
much
his
money over
gears.
time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All his gears got destroyed.
It is
Yeah.
worth
Every single one of them.
savings.
You know, the rains have done a lot of harm because of the way it sort of flooded houses.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to talk about, but we just want to thank God that we are alive today to face another day. It's 6:37.
Yeah.
So let's get into the headlines quickly. What do you have for us?
The news center says this morning funding crisis hits agric sector. MOFA receives only 12.4% of budget. And this, we are told, is bringing about some tension between the minister responsible for the agric sector and that of minister responsible for finance. Also on the front page this morning, Baumia to review cocoa report for policy response. He's seen here receiving the report from Frank Anodompre, who is the minority chief whip. Also, GJA honors icons, calls for stronger protection. Some other stories on the front page, including one that goes is Ankoma saying ethical leadership, not algorithms, would define AI era.
Well, Daily Guide leads with CRI, Child Rights International, backs ID checks for porn sites. And the next big one is Forson named best performing minister. Then you have new anti-gay bill to protect LGBTQ promoters. This is in Team Fortress. Then there's a small line here, 2 dead, several injured in Aveno building collapse.
Let me take you to the same story on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Big story, North Industrial Area building collapse. 1 dead, 3 rescued. The vice president is calling for enforcement of regulations, but nobody has been arrested thus far.
Not at
I'm
all.
adding that. Also on the front page this morning, government targets 30 million trees in 2026 after exceeding 2025 goal. Now, what I ask is, all these trees we are planting
Where are
since
they?
Abu Jinapo's era, are we auditing them to be
Where
sure they
are
are
the
surviving? Or we're
trees?
just throwing money
But the
at
trees, do you label them? Do you sort of give them names? Do you even know where they are?
So we are just planting trees.
Geotag the
Are you-
trees.
Okay. Government steps up flood control with new measures, according to the Minister for the sector, Kenneth Gilbert J.
The Ghanaian Point National Security Coordinator commends emergency responders and rewards them for their efforts. This is in response to the Aveno building collapse. Attempts to suppress journalists undermine democracy. This is Apanyo Market Minority Leader Ibrahim Mohammed's ENP offers 100 jobs to Ghanaian evacuees from South Africa, and Ghana seeks agro-industrial boost as Mahama tours Belarus dairy facilities.
The Chronicle, Ato leads Mohammed's ministerial ranking, says big events Ghana. Also, the front page, government targets 30 million trees after exceeding 2025 goal. Again, that same story. And reverse Konfuanoche Teaching Hospital CEO suspension now. This is according to the minority. We're told that there was some agreement reached between management, the doctors, the nurses, and related professionals on the matter.
The Herald says Finance Minister and Agric Minister caught up in budget war, but others smell 2028 NDC flag bearer rivalry and overcrowding and lack of alternative facilities driving Konfuanoche Teaching Hospital tensions. These are insider reports. Ex-KMA presiding member names Kufuado Blay others as architects of Kojo Bonsu's 2016 ouster. Iyoko's probe into Joseph Yamin Galamsey allegation failing credibility test.
The Informer, 25.3 million Ghana city mystery. MPP grills Finance Ministry over missing Agric cash. Again, the photograph of Dr. Forson and Eric Opoku make the front page. Also, Imani, MPP opposed pawn ID checks, but government says the move is to protect children. And then, can I call it CAF?
Yes.
CAF doctors declare indefinite strike.
Konfuanoche.
Yes. CEO suspension. Well, there's been some development on this. Maybe the paper went to bed.
An update. So the Inquisitor, after claiming loot recovery was sham, oral bites wound to me, surrogates cry political persecution. And National Ambulance Service commends NPA for continued support. Consultations are on for NDC chair. This is Opong Fusu, Akwesi Opong Fusu here. He's considering that. He says he's consulting. 1.6 billion Ghana cedis disbursed to our Greek ministry. Finance Ministry insists.
Let me do the final newspaper. Today, newspaper GN Bank supports Methodist Chapel dedicated in Chicago.
What are you sure you're reading? Do you know what you're reading?
No, I think they wanted to say GN Bank supported Methodist Chapel dedicated in Chicago, but they said GN Bank supports Methodist Chapel.
Okay.
Dedicated in some way. No, that's not how we write headlines. So, Kili, if you have to do something, refine it.
Okay.
Also, the story about CAF also makes the front page. And then Christian Council is pushing to vet revised anti-LGBTQ plus.
Bernard, this is how the new publisher is putting its lead story. It has the photo of the Greater Accra Regional Minister, and it says, "Oh wow, this woman is John Mahama's best regional minister." And then CAF crisis deepens further. Doctors, nurses strike over CEO suspension. There's an update. We'll bring you that. Baumia promises cocoa price relief and diplomatic tension brews as South Africa warns Ghana over evacuation drama, quote unquote. Aveno building collapse.
All right, let me take you to the online portals. Before that, Daily Graphic, emergency service suspension, CAF doctors, nurses lay down tools in solidarity CEO.
Well, there's a new statement.
I'll give you the details of that. There's a photo of Professor Nana Jinopokwa Jiman, Vice President, flanked by the Interior Minister, the MP for Okankwe South, and City and Channel 1's Jude Duncan. You know, they are doing some things on the graphic front page at the building. Jude Duncan was covering the thing fully. I think he was conducting the whole conversation with the vice president.
You'll frame him for you.
Yeah, he's done very well there. The quiet strength of EcoBank's resilient balance sheet is the front page of the graphic as well. Government completes evacuation of 979 Ghanaians from South Africa. Ooh. If you go to the graphic business, very interesting story. BOG mops up 11.2 billion cedis to shield Citi, but economists warn of structural weaknesses. All right. Then I'll take you to some websites. If you go to citynewsroom.com, Metro Mass new 100 fleet bus fleet primarily for intercity operations. I'll give you details of this story. Muntaka announces committee to probe Aveno building collapse. He also says 16 unsafe buildings will be demolished across Accra this season. The South African president says his country is not xenophobic. Cyril Ramaphosa speaking in a broadcast. He also warns against vigilante action over illegal immigration. We got that broadcast on Channel 1 television yesterday. Meanwhile, GIPC says Ghana not anti-investment despite push for local mining ownership. Meanwhile, SEC is targeting diaspora billions for Ghana's capital market. Channel 1 News Online is also on the Aveno collapse. It says 2 confirmed dead, rescue efforts end. In other headlines, vehicles swept away as River Klagon overflows. And then no accountability after building collapse incidents. Engineer Mahama is not happy. And then I'll give you a headline that relates to the awards. This is Graphic Online. The real honor is service, not paid recognition. This is Professor Michael Pesa-White. He has a very interesting article that will put into context some of these awards. Maybe I'll read it for you before the end of the show. All right, maybe we should start. Where should we start from?
Okay, so the dead, the situation from Aveno, not far from us. The story is on page 12 of the Ghanaian Times. It's by Lawrence Vomafa Akpalu and Benjamin Acton-Tete, and they say that one person has been confirmed dead while 3 others have been rescued after a building collapsed near Aveno in the North Industrial Area, Kaneshi, in the Greater Accra region in the early hours of yesterday. Now, the collapse also affected a mosque, flattening it in the process. Now, the incident left residents in shock and grief after it emerged that people were inside the building as of the time of the collapse. Now, the ground floor of the structure reportedly served as a shop selling general goods. This is a very, very, very serious matter. Imagine if people were shopping at the time of this particular incident, particularly children's wear. So kids would have been there. Now, the 2 deaths were confirmed after the victims were pulled from the debris by personnel from the 48th Engineers Regiment of the Ghana Forces, the Ghana National Fire Service, the National Disaster Management Organization, and the Ghana Ambulance Service.
The Minister for the Interior says those responsible will be punished. He was speaking yesterday when the Vice President visited and called for strict compliance with building regulations. The Interior Minister also said that 16 buildings had been earmarked for demolition in Accra following this particular building collapse. Muntaka Mubarak has revealed that 16 buildings across the region have been identified as structurally unsafe and said to be demolished in the coming days as part of efforts to prevent building collapses. And according to him, urgent measures have been taken to evacuate occupants and demolish the affected buildings. He also said that a committee has been set in place to investigate the cause of this particular building collapse, and he claims that those responsible will be punished. And then I'm just giving you flood-related stories quickly whilst we wrap this up. 1 feared dead, vehicle swept away by floodwaters at Klagon. This story is on Citi Newsroom Online. Story by Kaba Atawoge. It says 1 person is feared dead after being swept away by floodwaters in Klagon, following a downpour that hit parts of Accra on Sunday, causing severe flooding and disrupting movement in several communities. The incident has heightened concerns about the impact of seasonal rains in the capital. Officials of NADMO have been alerted and are mobilizing to assess the extent of damage. But we're told that 1 person was feared dead and a vehicle was swept away by the flood waters in Klagon.
Yeah, still talking about what the government says it is doing in response. There's a story on the center spread of the Ghanaian Times that says government steps up flood control with new measures. The government has announced a raft of measures to tackle the country's recurring flooding problems, including accelerating drainage improvement projects, removing structures obstructing waterways, and strengthening early warning systems. Now, the Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources, Mr. Kenneth Gilbert J, said the government was also intensifying the desilting and maintenance of drainage channels in major flood-prone areas as part of efforts to reduce.
All right, Caleb.
Back to the sector minister, because he is urging the Metropolitan, Municipal and District Assemblies to intensify enforcement of building regulations following the collapse of the 3-story structure at Aveno in North Kaneshi, Accra, which has so far claimed 2 lives. Quote, the district assemblies should be up and doing, and I hope my colleague, the local government minister, will rise to the occasion by talking to the MMDCEs for them to sit up and make sure that those that do not have authorization and are building can be stopped. So that's
I'll stay with you. The Konfanochi issue has come up for discussion. Do you have that story for us?
Yes, I do. Overcrowding and lack of alternative facilities driving cash tension. So healthcare professionals familiar with operations at the Konfanochi Confanochi Teaching Hospital in Kumasi, which serves as the principal referral facility for much of northern and middle Ghana, say the long-standing challenges facing the hospital are at the heart of the current industrial unrest involving both doctors and nurses. Health insiders told the Herald that the hospital's unique position within Ghana's healthcare system, coupled with the absence of alternative tertiary healthcare facilities, make it difficult to refuse referrals even when capacity is stretched to its limits. The other stories here are dated. Sky has
Well,
the
the
new
Ministry of
details,
Health
yes.
says that the suspension of the CEO was linked to breach of a presidential directive.
Right.
So that story is quoting the Health Ministry. And let me just read some highlights. It says, in a statement issued yesterday, Sunday, June 7, the Ministry described the strike by members of the CATH Doctors Association, Kudah, and the nurses and midwives at CATH as unfortunate, stressing that the suspension was an administrative measure aimed at ensuring accountability and facilitating an independent investigation. According to the ministry, a decision to suspend Dr. Bedu was taken following what he described as non-compliance with established administrative procedures relating to emergency healthcare services. The ministry clarified that the action had nothing to do with internal arrangements between CATH and the Ashanti Regional Health Directorate, adding that Dr. Bedu was suspended only in his capacity as chief executive and not as a medical doctor. Then there's been claims about a meeting between the Ashanti Regional Minister and the doctors.
Yeah.
The NLC is directing the medical professionals to call off the strike immediately.
Yeah.
I'll give you highlights of that as
Yeah.
well. And that story says that the National Labour Commission has ordered the Confanochi Doctors Association to immediately call off their declared strike at the hospital, declaring the industrial action as procedurally flawed and in violation of the Labour Act.
Yeah.
According to the NLC, the strike notice contained a letter dated June 5 and addressed to the chairman of the CATH board, was also copied to the chief of staff and minister of health, that the notice was improperly served and did not comply with the relevant provisions of Act 651.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, the minority is asking that the decision be reversed immediately. You go to page
Which
2 of
decision?
the
strike decision
suspension,
or the suspension?
yes.
Okay.
So page 2 of the Chronicle says the minority caucus in Parliament has called for the immediate reinstatement of the chief executive officer of the Confanochi Teaching Hospital, arguing that his suspension fails to address the deep-rooted structural challenges responsible for the persistent no-bed syndrome confronting Ghana's healthcare
So
system.
to the awards of ministers, the new publisher leads with the Greater Accra Regional Minister and says, oh wow, this woman is Regional Minister. Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu has been officially named the best regional minister in Ghana and under the John Mahama administration. She received the Best Regional Minister Award at the 6th Ghana Ministers of State Excellence Awards held on Saturday, June 6, 2026 at the Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra.
So this is the sixth one.
Yeah.
So how come I'm not hearing of it?
No, the award.
It's been happening for 6 years.
I feel like we don't learn any lessons for this time.
No, the award is organized by a private entity and aims to celebrate excellence in public service delivery while encouraging higher standards in public office.
There's a very interesting
How can
article.
we be giving an award to someone whose region is underwater?
The interesting thing is
For
that
all the failures we see.
the DG of SIGA has written a very interesting article. Michael Pesa White. He says
8,000
the real honor is served is not paid recognition. And I'll just give you two paragraphs.
Okay.
Earlier this month, I received a letter from an organization styling itself as the quote Ghana Ministers of State Excellence Honors unquote.
Wow.
The letter informed me that I had been adjudged the best CEO of the year and invited me to receive the award at an event scheduled to take place at La Palma Beach Hotel.
Wow.
Ordinarily, recognition for public service should be a matter of humility, gratitude, and sober reflection. However, public recognition must never be reduced to a transaction in which the recipient first pays for the honor before being celebrated.
Wow.
In this particular case, I did not know which year the award covered. I did not know the criteria used for the assessment.
Can you
I did not know the composition of the assessment panel, and I did not know the indicators against which performance was measured.
Yes.
Above all, I did not consider myself the best CEO because in public service, there is always much more work to be done, many more lives to be touched, and many more institutional reforms to pursue. I'll read the full article to you. You know, Professor White is one of the experts on institutional development.
Exactly.
Which is why he's head of SIGA. So his views on this are very important.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, there are two ministers in the news for the wrong reason.
Now, the story, you find it on the front page of the Informer newspaper. So details on page 3 of the newspaper.
It's also in the Herald. It's also in a few other papers.
Exactly. So this version in the Informer says the opposition New Patriotic Party has launched a blistering attack on the Ministry of Finance, demanding answers over what it described as glaring inconsistencies in government figures on the agricultural financing, including an unexplained 25.3 million Ghana cedis in discrepancy. Now, the party spokesperson on Food and Agriculture, Michael Edu, accused the government of engaging in fiscal propaganda and misleading Ghanaians with inflated claims about budget releases to the agricultural sector. Addressing the media on Friday, Mr. Edu challenged recent statements by the Deputy Minister for Finance that government had released some 1.667 billion Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, representing 85% of the ministry's budget for goods, services, and capital expenditure. Now, according to him, a detailed analysis of the figures paints a different picture. Now, he argued that the government's widely publicized 85% achievement was based on a selective calculation that excluded major components of MOFET's approved budget, including compensation for employees, internally generated funds, donor support, and many other things. But the real story is that the Minister for Finance and that of Food and Agriculture are reportedly having a go at each other in a shadow boxing over finance and related matters.
In the meantime,
meanwhile, we are told that the two of them are also sort of interested in becoming Mohammed's successor. So,
yeah, some oral bites went to me in the Inquisitor on page 4. After calling the political establishment all kinds of names on Operation Recover All Loot Oral and claiming that it was not working, some apparatchiks of the New Patriotic Party are now resorting to new narratives because one of their own has been swallowed by the oral. Mr. Bernard Avle, popularly called Wuntumi, is set to face judgment in a matter that was part of the broader oral investigation. Ashanti Regional Chairman will know his fate on July 3, 2026 in an illegal mining case before an Accra High Court. Details.
More Ghanaian evacuees return from South Africa. 342 land in Accra. Manuel Ayama reports that another 342 Ghanaian nationals evacuated from SA have arrived in the country as part of government's ongoing efforts to bring home citizens affected by recent xenophobic attacks. They arrived on Sunday aboard the second flight of the second batch of the evacuees. They are part of more than 1,500 Ghanaians who have voluntarily opted to return home amid growing security concerns. The latest group was received by Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs James Jachi Kwesen, and we're told two things. About 200 of them have been offered jobs by engineers and planners. And then we're also told that the Deputy Minister is warning against retaliatory attacks. The South African president has been addressing South African media, and there are a couple of headlines coming from there.
was he really condemning what was happening?
I don't even understand. So there are many angles. If you look at, for example, BBC, South Africa's president unveils crackdown on illegal migration. That's the angle they use. If you go to our website, we quote two different things where he said that South Africans should allow appropriate authorities to deal with illegal immigrants. And then he also says South Africans are not xenophobic. So he's said a lot of things. Maybe you can hear the full details of this. Then the other stories about transportation in the capital and other parts of the cities. The transport ministry is telling us that the 100 new buses are meant for intercity travel.
I've not seen any yet too.
Yes, so not intra-city. You know there's a difference between the two.
So intra and inter, yes.
Yes, so
I thought the problem that we're solving the transport crisis was
so let me read the story.
intra-city.
So let me read the story. Manuel Ayama again. Metro Mass Transit Limited has clarified that the 100 buses recently commissioned by the government are primarily intended for So intercity means between cities.
Yes, so from here to
Ho or something, yes. Intercity transport operations across Ghana and not specifically acquired to address transportation challenges within Accra alone. The clarification is in response to growing concerns and public discussions about persistent commuting difficulties in the capital, particularly during peak hours where many passengers struggle to secure transportation to and from work, school, and other destinations. Commuters in several parts of Accra have complained, blah, blah, blah. However, Metro Mass Transit says expectations that the buses would exclusively address transportation problems in Accra are misplaced. Note that the vehicles are intended to strengthen public transport across multiple cities and municipalities nationwide.
Bernard, that contradicts what we were told earlier. We were told Accra, Medina, Accra, Kaswa. We were given the routes for these buses much earlier. What we know.
So this clarification has rather brought confusion because
even in the story, there's reference to alone.
Alone, yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. According to the corporate communications manager at Metro Mass, the acquisition of the buses forms part of broader efforts to revitalize and reposition state-owned transport company. According to him, the procurement was undertaken by Okay, the buses did not come because of intra-city operations. It was an arrangement made by the current executives as a way of resettling Metromass through the directive and support of the presidency and the Ministry of Transport. When Metromass started operating, it was also solely an intercity, not intracity. Look, we have to get more details about this. Meanwhile, Sky and a couple of things. Over 50 migrants die of thirst in Sahara Desert after their lorry breaks down.
Charlie, that was something else, man.
At least 49 people have died of thirst in a remote part of the Sahara Desert in northern Niger after the truck carrying them broke down. The group was returning from Mali, where they had attended celebrations for the Muslim festival of Eid when they ran out of water, stranded more than 80 kilometers west of Asamaka, a major border crossing point between Niger and Algeria. The travelers found themselves trapped in the heat in the heart of a hostile environment where extreme temperatures and lack of supply makes survival extremely difficult. Said the governor of Agadez. Only 2 survived, trekking across the desert of Asamaka, where they alerted the authorities.
I think what is also important is that we also need to learn from the Chinese, because they're doing a lot of replanting, planting grass and other
to
things
reclaim desert
areas. So,
but the Niger and Mali that you want to reclaim, they are fighting. There are rebels in Mali taking. So is it the rebels who are going to do the replanting?
Okay, that's a very valid point.
So security is like the first thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Your song was good. Pray for the continent.
We have to pray for the leaders.
Because where the thing has reached.
Charlie, somewhere.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
7 o'clock, City Business News with Netili Nete Ajaho. Good morning, Net.
Good morning, Bernard, and good morning out there. It's a new week, and you're welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News. It's brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Good Energy. Coming up, Treasury bill auction oversubscribed by 11.9% as investor demand rebounds, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center reassures investors amid debate over local ownership of mining assets. And later, APSA calls for increased agro-processing to maximize Ghana's export revenue. Let's settle for the details now. The Ghana Investments Promotion Center has moved to reassure investors that Ghana remains firmly open to foreign investment in the mining sector, even as debate intensifies over the future ownership of some of the country's strategic mineral assets. The center maintains that efforts to increase Ghanaian participation in large-scale mining should not be interpreted as hostility towards foreign investors, but rather as the next phase in the evolution of the country's mining industry. This comes amid ongoing discussions over the renewal of Goldfields mining lease for the Takwa mine, one of Ghana's largest gold-producing assets. Speaking during a recent media engagement, CEO of GIPC Simon Maji argued that Ghana's long mining history has created a strong base for local companies capable of playing a bigger role in the sector.
Ghana has been mining gold for a very long time, maybe 120 years, 130 years. And throughout this period, we have seen the natural growth of Ghanaian businesses that have done well in the mining services sector. Some of them are contractors to major mining firms. So it is only a matter of time that at some point, those that have the ability to do this mining will step up. And you would also agree with me that it doesn't mean that the country is anti-foreign direct investment. We are pretty much pro-foreign direct investment into the mining sector. We've only gotten to a point where we want to see if Ghana's private sector can really also take up the mandate of mining to see what the prospects will be for us. And you can only speak about it to a point. At some what you call a point in time, that must actualize. So we are at that defining moment in history where we want to see Ghana's private participation in the mining sector.
That was the CEO of the Ghana Investments Promotion Center, Simon Maji. Now, investor demand for treasury bills rebounded strongly on the primary market last week, with the government exceeding its fundraising target. The latest T-bill auction saw government raise 5.83 billion Ghana cedis, surpassing its target of 5.44 billion by 389 million Ghana cedis, representing an oversubscription of 11.9%. Here is more. The turnaround comes after 2 consecutive weeks of weak investor demand, signaling renewed investor appetite for short-term government securities. Results released by the Bank of Ghana show that investors submitted a total of 6 billion Ghana cedis in bids across the 91, 182, and 364-day T-bill tenors, with the government accepting 5.83 billion Ghana cedis. The 91-day T-bill continued to attract the strongest investor interest, drawing bids worth 3.56 billion Ghana cedis, of which 3.51 billion Ghana cedis was accepted. Demand for the 182-day bill was also robust, with investors tendering 1.71 billion Ghana cedis, with government accepting 1.68 billion Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, investors submitted 815 million Ghana cedis for the 364-day bill, with 614 million Ghana cedis accepted. Yields edged higher across the curve, with the 91-day bill rising to 5% from the previous week's 4.9%. The 182-day bill increased by 5 basis points to 7%, while the 364-day bill climbed by 38 basis points to 10.84% from the previous week's 10.46%. Analysts believe the gradual upward adjustment in yields is attracting investor funds, as reflected in the Treasury's improving money demand. Looking ahead, the government aims to raise 7.4 billion Ghana cedis in the next auction. Now, Ghana must accelerate efforts to process more of its agricultural commodities locally rather than continue exporting them in raw form if it is to maximize export earnings and create more jobs. According to the head of agribusiness at Absa Bank, William Nete, significant value is lost when commodities such as cocoa and cashew are exported without processing, depriving the country of higher revenues and employment opportunities. Speaking on a series of the 2026 Citi Business Festival, he argued that agro-processing remains one of the most effective ways to increase value addition and strengthen Ghana's agricultural sector.
I would focus more on the ones that we export a bit. So we do cocoa, everybody knows cocoa. But now we need to add value. We are adding value to semi-processed cocoa. So we have a few factories that are doing that, linked up to farmer groups and all of that. And that has been significant in the exports that we do. I mean, we all know that Ghana is, second when it comes to cocoa export. But we can't continue exporting the cocoa in the raw form. So that has to be done, and that's a major income level to the country. We do cashew, and I must say again that for us, what I think has to be done is the level of production. Our levels of production is still very low when you compare to countries around us, and so that has to be improved. And we had a lot of cashew companies. Some of them have gone down. A few of them are coming up and now going to semi-processed, and then they can ship. And I think that has to be done.
He also outlined plans Absa is implementing to strengthen support for the agri sector.
I would focus more. We are looking at how best we can continue to support agribusinesses with working capital. We are looking at how best we can bring in risk mitigation for some of these farmers to increase productivity. We are looking on how we can even support fintechs that are working with smallholders, so they are closer to the smallholders. We are looking at how we can work with financial institutions that are closer to agribusinesses on the ground, and then support them to be able to get financing going down to these agribusinesses. So on the whole, we see this year to be a stepping stone, and we are going to launch out strongly as we go on. But we'll provide the equipment financing, we'll provide working capital, we'll provide guarantees for businesses, we'll provide project financing and all of that to support. And even beyond that, I mentioned how to support the workers within companies.
William Nete is head of agribusiness at Absa Bank. The full conversation with William Nete airs later this morning at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show. The 2026 Citi Business Festival is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank. It's proudly sponsored by MTN, Zonda Ghana Limited, Absa Bank and Petro Trust. Now, Central Oil Refinery is set to receive approximately 1 million barrels of crude oil from Jubilee Field for processing. This is expected to strengthen local refining capacity, enhance fuel security, and potentially ease petroleum product prices for consumers. The development was disclosed by the Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, Duncan Amwa, who described the decision as a timely intervention amid rising global fuel uncertainties and escalating costs associated with importing refined petroleum products.
Paul had already gotten some cargo, if you recall, not long ago, and so it would be fair that Central takes the first parcel. But what I'm aware of is that Tor would also receive similar cargo by the first week of July, and that would mean that you would almost always have some of your liftings coming to the local refineries. What we would want the government to consider is also to look at the smaller modular refineries like Platon and Akwaba, and also begin to look for ways to give them also the same concessions that they can also be able to process and even get the RFO that industries might need. And so we think this is a good move. If this is sustained, it has the tendency to gradually ease fuel prices, because then again, you could be cutting back on the expensive insurance premiums that pertains currently globally due to the closure of the Straits of Hormuz, and then again, the squeeze on global fuel supplies.
Duncan Amwa is the Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers. And now on the interbank market, the dollar is going for 11 cedis 76 pesos, the pound for 15 cedis 37 pesos, and the euro for 13 cedis 87 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. It was brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Good Energy. Have a good business day.
Hello?
Charlie, I'm at the library. Why do you keep calling me?
Question. What's the capital of Burkina Faso?
Ouagadougou. Bye.
Wait. Which planet is the hottest in the solar system?
Venus. Charlie, why all these questions?
See, I'm playing the MTN Swipe and Win promo. I might cash out some cool 1,000 Ghana cedis today.
Hey! 1,000 cedis! Shh! Charlie, what's the next question?
Join the MTN Swipe and Win promo today. Answer trivia, earn points, and stand a chance to win 1,000 Ghana cedis every day. Weekly cash of 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 Ghana cedis. A brand new Hyundai Texan in the first 3 months, and the ultimate grand prize of 500,000 Ghana cedis. Recharge your account to qualify for the daily draws. To join, visit swipeandwinpromo.mtn.com.gh. Download the My MTN app or dial *5030#. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. TNCs apply.
MTN.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Annan. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
Original the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Good energy powers the things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Goyle, good energy.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
L to the L to the L to the L. Hey.
Help me make I know they talk much. I wanna be concise. They want to accommodate. Come make I be your bike. Working from 9 to 5. You go like my hand design. I'm scanning the whole area.
Natalie, she brought so much energy to the breakfast edition of the City Business News by the kind courtesy of MTN Girl and EcoBank. The girls are streaming the latest Netflix series. That special playlist is rolling. Daddy is on his usual Teams video calls. Uploads are uploading, downloads are downloading. And not a single person says my data is finished. That's the power MTN Fiber gives you. Unlimited internet for endless streaming, endless connection, endless everything for your home. Now you get to enjoy a special range of unlimited fiber internet packages, whether you're a new or existing customer. Just log into the My MTN app now, tap broadband or dial star 5057 hash. Get your preferred unlimited MTN fiber package. MTN everywhere you go. Now, are you looking for quality fuel that gives your engine smooth performance? Don't look any further. Gold Super XPs of premium quality gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel. Gold Super XP is fortified with a special additive that gives longevity to your engine, makes your engine perform to the max, using minimal fuel that takes you further. Just go fuel up your vehicle and enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits. Gold Super XP, so failure, Ube feeling, girl, good energy. Now, EcoBank, the board of directors of EcoBank Ghana wishes to inform shareholders that dividends will be paid for the 2025 financial year following a strong financial performance and EcoBank Ghana PLC's commitment to delivering value to its shareholders and maintaining a resilient financial position. Shareholders are therefore reminded of the annual general meeting scheduled for Wednesday, 17th June 2026 at the EcoBank head office, Ridge, Accra. The meeting will also be streamed live at ecobankghagm.com. Key highlights will include the approval of financial statements, dividend declaration, and other statutory business. We look forward to engaging our shareholders at the upcoming AGM. EcoBank Ghana PLC, delivering value backed by strong financial performance. EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa. It's time for kickoff, and Gabi Affairs here, sporting a blue shirt with a blue parsley tie with some chain to match on the right wrist and his, black leather wristwatch. Charlie guy, this Monday, what's up? Charlie, what to do there? This Monday, what's up? Gabi Affairs in the studio. Kickoff is brought to you by Lesheho. If you're ready to power up your finances and unlock your path to financial freedom, the Lesheho fixed deposit solution is tailored just for you. Lesheho's fixed deposit solution is making your money work for you. Join the investment revolution with our fixed deposit solution and take charge of your financial future. Call us now, 0302-208-333. Invest wisely, invest with Lesheho. Lesheho, let's improve life. Just before we get into kickoff, Henley and Partners, global leader in the residence and citizenship planning, helping business. They are in the residence and citizenship planning business, and they've been helping investors and families secure alternative residence or citizenship through leading programs worldwide. Now, they advise on the best program for you and your family and assist with the entire application process every step of the way. For many Ghanaians, the key drivers for seeking alternative residence and citizenship include greater global mobility, investment diversification, business expansion, access to world-class education and healthcare, and on and on and on. Popular options for Ghanaians include Caribbean citizenship programs like Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as residence by investment programs in Greece, Portugal, Malta, UAE, UK, Canada, and the US. So call us now, 0206-042101. Email via ghana@henleyglobal.com. Our office is at the Galleria at Kempinski Gold Coast City Hotel. Come by for a free consultation. Visit henleyglobal.com to find out more. Your sector minister decided to give me free content.
Oh, yeah.
When he visit for Backpage this weekend.
We have come to the Philadelphia church to seek blessings.
Because one of our matches will be played in
Philadelphia against Croatia.
You did.
Charlie. He said it be David and Goliath affair.
Your sector minister now be CI. Because I want
Kofi Adansi for taking too. He be hard guy. Right, Monday morning, welcome aboard to kick off right here, 97.3 Citi FM, coming up in the next 10 minutes.
C'est le match, Zverev. 3 manches à 2, 6-5, 4-6, 6-4, 6-7, 6-1.
Okay, so Alexander Zverev finally claiming an elusive Grand Slam title in his fourth final as he defeated 14th ranked Pavlo Koboli in a dramatic French Open climax. We've got all the updates coming up in the next 10 minutes, plus a build up to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which kicks off in the next 3 days. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Polytangana and Lasheho. Let's improve life. Right, so let's begin with the Black Stars in the World Cup. And the Black Stars will play their final preparatory match ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup when they take on Honduras later tomorrow, Tuesday, June 9, at the American University Stadium in Washington, D.C. Now, the friendly will serve as Ghana's last opportunity to fine-tune preparations before traveling to Toronto, Canada for the opening Group L fixture against Panama on June 17. Meanwhile, the match will be played behind closed doors with no television coverage on live streaming available. But let's stay with the Black Stars. And Brandon Thomas Asante says the current squad has benefited immensely from the presence of former national team players around the camp ahead of the World Cup. According to him, their experience and guidance have played a key role in helping the team prepare mentally for the challenges that lie ahead in North America.
Continue to write the story. Of course, we know that we've had moments that have, the world has been behind us at times, seeing, the tough things that we've been through as a team, and we feel like there's a story to complete, and we want to, as players, step forward and to, right the wrongs, if I can say that, but definitely push it past the levels that have been done before. And we're lucky that we've got the support of the previous generations, and the likes of Michael Essien was here in camp, and Asamoah Gyan, John Painstill. So we've got that support from the people who were there, and that means a lot to us as players. So the more of that, the better.
All right, so that's Black Stars forward Brandon Thomas Asante. Well, let's start with the Black Stars. And all the way in Philadelphia, Sports Minister Kofi Adams believes Ghana can overcome the tournament's can become the tournament's ultimate underdog story. Following the prayer session at the Believers Worship Center, he expressed confidence that the Black Stars can emulate the biblical tale of David and Goliath by overcoming bigger and more fancied opponents at the World Cup.
We share rankings now on one year. We Iraq free war and Ghana. And it just say Ubia and say Ghana. Yebeya de ewo World Cup.
And when you look at the rankings of the teams in the World Cup, after Iran is Ghana, meaning that they do not regard us to perform very well in this World Cup.
Nanso yedi enabe idie yenim say the stone of David, David, Edikum Goliath, no?
Yes.
Yebeji Efriha, Edi Ako Black Stars camp. I'm a Black Stars, Ebe Konka, all I can see are Omo now. That is what will happen.
All right, say amen. That's Sports Minister Kofi Adams speaking there. Well, let's start with the Black Stars and country marketing lead for Accra Brewery PLC. Vanessa Carvey says club's largest World Cup campaign is designed to celebrate the spirit, passion and unity that football brings to Ghanaians. Now, Accra Brewery PLC, producers of Club Laja, officially launched the campaign at the Accra City Hotel ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Speaking at the launch of the campaign theme, Cheers to Our Charlie, Carvey explained that the initiative seeks to bring fans together throughout the FIFA World Cup while creating memorable experience for consumers across the country.
I think one of the things that Lai said, he was like, fans are really like the important stakeholders when it comes to the game. And so our Cheers to Our Charlie's campaign is essentially for the fans. And that's how to simply put it, right? For years, club, we have always called our consumers Charlies. And Graham also gave like a very great explanation earlier about who a Charlie is. And so for us, we really just wanted to use this campaign or this partnership that we have with FIFA to just bring out that Charlie energy, that togetherness that club has always stood for or the challenge, or just to celebrate those challenges in our lives.
All right, so that's the country marketing lead for Accra Brewery PLC, Vanessa Kavi, speaking there. Well, now we just 3 days to the start of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Here is our World Cup fact of the day, brought to you by Nik Amarteifio.
A moment and time are in the hands of the...
Hello, this is your World Cup fact of the day. I am Julio Ashrifi Amwa. Did you know that 4 sets of brothers have scored in the World Cup? Otmar Walter and Fritz Walter were the first, getting 7 goals between them as West Germany triumphed for the first time in 1954. Willy and René van de Kerkhoff were part of the Netherlands squad that finished runner-ups in 1974 and 1978, and both netted in the latter. Socrates and Rai were their set of siblings to score in the competition. Coincidentally, they were both on target on their World Cup debut as Brazil captain, with second-half penalties and victories against the same team, Soviet Union and Russia, in 1982 and 1994, respectively. Michael and Brian Laudrup were the last brothers to find the target in the World Cup. Michael got a goal apiece in 1986 and 1998, with Brian bagging twice in France. The Walters and England's 1996 heroes Jack and Bobby Charlton were the only brothers to have lifted the World Cup. And that is a World Cup fact of the day.
All right, so that's Julio Ashiframwa with the World Cup fact of the day. 3 more days to the start of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now let's get to some tennis, and in the French Open, Alexander Zverev finally landed a Grand Slam title that threatened to elude him by overcoming Flavio Cobolli and his own efforts to win a 10th French Open final in 5 sets. The 29-year-old German secured his first long-awaited major triumph with a 6-1, 4-6, 6-4, 6-7, 6-1 victory over 10th seed Cobolli on Sunday evening in Paris.
I want to congratulate Flavio. Unbelievable 2 weeks, reaching your first Grand Slam final. Playing this way in your first Grand Slam final is incredible. Not many people do that, so congratulations to you. And really from the bottom of my heart, I hope that you will hold one of these trophies very soon. I want to congratulate the team, because for me it's one of the nicest teams on tour. Papa, you're one of the best people on tour. I mean, we always have great conversations. I always enjoy being around you guys, and really, you deserve it in the future, and I'm really certain that you will get one. So congratulations as well.
All right, so that's a French Open champion for the men's singles, Alexander Zverev. For the women's singles, teenager Miranda Andreeva won her first Grand Slam title as Polish qualifier Maja Swiatek was denied a fairy tale French Open victory. Mira won 6-3, 6-7. Andreeva is now the youngest woman to win in the Roland Garros title since Monica Seles in 1992. Let's take a listen to the teenager Miranda Andreeva.
These amazing 3 weeks, passing through qualis, winning so many matches, beating so many great players. Congrats to your team as well. You guys have done an amazing job, amazing work. You're a very tricky opponent. I wouldn't want to play against you one more time. So I wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season. And I hope we play... Okay, it's fine. I hope we play many, many more finals together in the future.
All right, so that's a French Open for the women's singles. Miranda Andreeva speaking there. Well, away from tennis, Christian Eriksen is conscious after collapsing during Denmark's friendly against Ukraine. Footage showed Eriksen grabbing his chest before collapsing in the 65th minute. The match in the Danish city of Odense was later abandoned. But some more results from the World Cup friendlies. Morocco played out a 1-0 draw with Norway. Ecuador beat Guatemala by 3-0. Colombia also beat Jordan by 2-0. Later today, Netherlands will take on Uzbekistan at 6:45 p.m. and then Nigeria up against Mauritania at 7 p.m. France will take on Northern Ireland at 7:10 p.m. Now, before I leave in Formula One, Kimi Antonelli's winning streak continued on Sunday with his 5th straight victory of the season at the Monaco Grand Prix. The Mercedes-Benz driver secured his first F1 Grand Slam, winning from pole position, leading every lap of the Grand Prix and setting the fastest lap to extend his title advantage to 66 points. So big one for Kimi Antonelli. Well, that's the very latest in the world of sports. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports JJ. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Polytangana And let's share, let's improve life. I'm Gabi Ofe. Enjoy the rest of the day. Do take care. Bye-bye.
If you need unique services, come to Let's Go. Innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, let's go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to Let's go. No matter your situation, come to Let's go. Let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, let's go, let's go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's go, we improve your life.
Since inception, almost 100% of Ashesi University students have found jobs, started businesses, or gone on to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers. If you dream of a rewarding life and career, an Ashesi education prepares you just for that. Learn more about applying to Ashesi at ashesi.edu.gh. Remember, admission is ongoing.
I don't wanna stress, I want the soft life. I wanna have more time, make catch up life. I send money, I pay my bills, I buy airtime. Oh, I dig the soft life. Abracadabra seems like magic, API magic. I don't need to carry money on me. With Fidelity cards, I just need to swipe. Oh, I dig the soft life. Oh, soft life, GHQR. I take my phone when I scan it. Payment complete, Fidelity app is so sleep. Oh, I dig the soft life. Say hello to Kukwa, the chatbot. Yeah, she's gonna simplify your digital banking. Fidelity digital banking, the new dimension. Dig the soft life. Modege, Mr. Modege. Dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig.
Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
Every child is different. Different interests, different paths, different needs. And nobody understands your child better than you. With our all-new wheat, with no refined sugar, Cerelac gives you more choice to support your child how you see best. You take the big decisions, and we support you with the options to make them possible. Cerelac. Care for them. Count on us.
This advert is FDA approved. Okay, I'll see you soon. Why, baby? My say my boyfriend akwesi obo star 959 hash when the phone so na we really
Anita and what doggy parko
oh won so akwesi asanso aba number 1 na mo adwen na ho and dey was so ye me show papa bi na me dey toss am short sexy dress no na me say samiti na me ye me nails no so come on oh, no. Me fa uba make I do stand small 1-2 rounds bi answer me do ni ho na we tria na so he for order so Chinese any wine papa bi and they mean this check no
Anita
na sa ni mia when you TV bi no I also sound not to prepared na me chilly esimu I no go fit sweat like that see fine girl
hey Anita
Jesus
baby I want to know jina wa me say remember dial star 959 hash our iPhone na back to ma no one can say you sika so ate
sister next time cut call no what dial star 959 hash and I call 590mobile.com.gh not to be 590 mobile head down some.
It's the season of goals, the tense moments, the thrilling moments, the unforgettable winning moments. And now your winning moment could be next. Buy a Samsung Galaxy device from now till July 3rd from any authorized dealer and stand a chance to win Samsung TVs every week. From Galaxy phones, tablets and watches to refrigerators, microwaves, and even an 85-inch Samsung TV to upgrade your matchday experience at home. Visit samsung.txtghana.com after purchase and enter your details to enter the weekly draw, and you could be one of our lucky winners. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Imagine a life where every moment brings you closer to the life you've always wanted. A life where you can give yourself more time to celebrate, more memories with loved ones, more freedom to explore, and more family time. Simply put, a life where you can give yourself more. With G-Money, setting and tracking your financial goals is easier than ever, helping you stay in control of your finances while living on your terms. Make instant payments to keep celebration seamless, top up airtime in a tap, stay connected on every journey, receive remittances straight into your wallet, and effortlessly manage finances to keep time with loved ones and important things sacred. Life doesn't have to be complicated. Give yourself more control, more freedom, more life with G-Money. Dial *488# or download the app and explore the new G-Money today. G-Money. Give yourself more.
Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our star savers, we became #1. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Many of us assume our pension is being handled properly. We see the pay slip, we move on. But assumption is risky. If contributions are delayed or not paid correctly, it affects your future directly. Your pension is your money, and it deserves your attention. Our free pension health check helps you evaluate the health of your pension. So book a session today by visiting our website at www.petraonline.com. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Citi 97.3.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up, they were chopping them down. It's an ancient Chinese art, and everybody knew their part. From a fainting to a slip, and a kicking from the hip. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as light.
Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
.3 Citi FM. 7:39 on Monday, the 8th of June. Number of birthdays coming through this morning. We'll be happy to hear your stories over the weekend. There was a lot of rain on Saturday, a lot of rain on Sunday, and places that didn't usually get flooding or didn't usually, let me rephrase, places that don't usually get flooded, got flooded. I've seen some very disturbing footages from places that you would not ordinarily expect to encounter flooding. Manette, of course, Klagon, and some of those places in Lashibi, bearing the brunt of the flooding. Many parts of Tema now getting routinely flooded. The motorway yesterday had floodwaters on both sides of it. Of course, we know Ghana East Adenta, parts of Dansoman, and it's not just an Accra issue as well. It's become a national southern Ghana problem. So we'll deal with some of that as well. There's still a lot of concern around commuting within the capital city. And there was a voice clip we got suggesting from the Metro Mass Transit Company that there were 100 buses that had come in, even though people thought they would be deployed on the main intra-city routes. Some of those buses would actually be used for intercity. And I really need to find out why that decision, because the problem that occasioned the response of getting buses was an intra-city problem. And by that we mean commuting between one part of the city to the other. So we'll do a bit on that and a few other issues. Let me wish a few people happy birthday. These are coming in this morning, quite a number. Today is the 8th of June. Happy birthday to Dr. John Abdullah Jinaport. Today we celebrate a man whose unwavering work ethic, strategic leadership, and commitment to excellence continue to inspire many. Focus, resilience, and dedication have not only transformed teams and organizations, but also contributed significantly to steering the energy sector towards recovery. This is a long one. This is coming in from Richmond Roxon. Thank you for your service, your guidance, and the positive impact you continue to make. Happy birthday. Wishing you many more years of impactful leadership and remarkable achievements. So the head of communication is doing his job by sending a very long birthday message for his boss.
Yes. So we celebrate him.
He's also the MP for Yape Kusogu. Yeah, so happy birthday. They call him JJ.
Yes.
John Jinapo, happy birthday to you.
Yeah, for some time now, the power sector has been, the doom, so we are not seeing plenty.
Charlie, don't even no, you are right. You are right, because, but I'm saying that a gentleman sent me a very long message about his lights having gone off since 3rd June. And each time he calls the call center and they acknowledge the call, they send him a ticket that they've resolved the issue, but the issue has not been resolved. And he's been on this for 4 days. So he sent me a long message. I don't have the energy to do that today. But I'll deal with it. So I feel like there are still a few things that needs to be done. But happy birthday to John Jinapon nonetheless. Happy birthday to our incredible CEO at ATL, Kofi Boateng. Thank you for your leadership, vision, and inspiration. Celebrating you, Sam, and the entire Kosombo Textiles Limited. What's the cause of this thing? A person's truth. Let me do a birthday wish to my wife and son. Happy belated birthday to Janet Attabotre of West Adenta and Isaac Elinam Attabotre of Ansela Basic School, Hacho. May the good Lord expand your territories beyond measure. I don't have a name for the request, but this is from the husband and father.
Is the tea you drank?
No, it's not.
The Sochi tea.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I won't say so. I wanted to say something, but it won't sound right on there.
Yeah, because I know where you are.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I know where you are.
No, you shouldn't say it. It's not helping.
Will it be offensive if I said it? Because I'm told
It may be interpreted as offensive.
Makaka, do you know where he's going?
I have an idea.
Okay.
so you're a very different fancy woman. Because generally, what I'm told is that fancy women, they like shepherd, and that they serve their people tea with milk. They'll give you bread and chibom.
Yeah.
They want
we
you
do all
to
that.
enjoy.
Yes.
But you seem to be very conscious of what people eat. You're very conscious of sugar.
No, I'm
milk,
not conscious of what people eat. I'm conscious of what I eat.
But when people are eating around you, you talk as well.
No, only when you ask me, and you constantly ask me. That's why you start asking me.
The reason for this problem. Happy birthday to Claudia Adumakotre of Nadmo Adenta from Chris Courtyard Fiawonu. All right. Is Courtyard where you live or your name? I'm not even sure. Well, but this birthday is to Claudia Adomako Ochre of Nadmo Adenta from Chris Courtyard Fiawonu. Happy birthday to our incredible CEO at 80. I think I read this already. And to Randolph Simpson of the Ghana Chamber of Mines. May God richly bless you. He make his face shine upon you. And may your latter reign be more than the former.
Amen.
From the chief servant Kenneth Ashigbe and the rest of the team to Randolph Simpson of the Ghana Chamber of Mines. So that's Kenneth Ashigbe, aka Pozo. Happy birthday to Martha Aqua of the Audit and Assurance Department of Deloitte. Belated birthday to Sandra Ayin and Solomon Nibanye of Nibanye Buxton of the Tax and Legal Team. From all common calls you claiming to be from Zenith Bank, fraudsters can sound professional, confident, and convincing. They may ask you to confirm your receipt details to help resolve a supposed problem or secure your account. Remember, Zenith Bank will never ask for your PIN, one-time password, or password over the phone. If a caller asks for this information, do not share it. End the call immediately and contact Zenith directly on 054 2000 111 or 0302 680 884. Shine your eyes. Spot the fraud, stop the fraud. A message from Zenith Bank in partnership with the Ghana Association of Banks. In a world moving towards sustainability, SuperSem Cement is leading the way with LC3 technology, an eco-friendly innovation making us Ghana's best choice. Choose SuperSem Super Fast 32.5 hour cement for plastering, for mortar, for screeding and block laying. Use our heavy-duty SuperSem Super Power 42.5 hour for durable foundations, coastal works, and high-rise structural works. SuperSem Cement dries fast, is waterproof, and prevents moisture, damage, and powdery walls. Call us on 0553 060517. SuperSem, build your dream. Translight Solar gives you consistent, reliable power every single day. No interruptions, no surprises. Our smart solar solutions are designed to keep your lights on, your appliances running, and your operations moving. We're offering flexible installation discounts starting at 34,000 cedis only with flexible payment options. Call Translight on 0242 438 746 or go to translightsolar.com. Planning for the future begins with decisions you make today. Save and invest early with EDC to build wealth and retire comfortably. One clear sign of financial growth is when your money starts working for you through steady returns and long-term wealth creation. With EDC, you get professional fund management, flexible investment instruments, potential for higher returns, and financial security for retirement. Call 0302-610-400 or WhatsApp 0509-268-414.
And you know that moment when the alarm rings and life is already asking questions, campus, office, hustle, dreams all waiting to be chased. Those are the moments when you need something that helps you show up and keep going. That's why Cowbell Coffee stays with me every single moment, whether you're grinding for that exam, pushing deadlines at work, or cooking up the next big idea. Cowbell Coffee gives you that creamy taste and rich coffee aroma to kickstart your day right, and you can enjoy it anytime, because success doesn't just happen overnight. It's the little moments, early mornings, late nights, and through it all, Cowbell Coffee Day with you. Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. Everyone is a winner in the Ongalicious Abingwaha promo. Over 4 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes up to be grabbed. Just look out for the special Ongalicious promo pack. Submit 20 Onga powder promo sachets and 20 Onga shrimp tablet promo wrappers at any redemption center. You will receive a scratch code. Scratch it, review your unique code, send it to *713*27#, and you will win instantly. Cash prizes are up to 200,000 Ghana cedis. There are deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more. The promo will end in July 15, so look sharp. Now, Delexis University College invites students, workers, and the general public looking for world-class education, market-driven professional qualification, and those who want to top up their diplomas for a bachelor's degree, that Delexis University College is the best university to help you realize those dreams. We run several courses for BSc Nursing to BSc Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics. So locate us at Tema Community 25, Peace Beach Junction. Delexis University.edu.gh is where to find us. 0577734549. WhatsApp this number. Admission is in progress. Don't forget.
Couple more birthdays coming through. Good morning. Wish Lion Isaac Ewuku Edu of the Accra Jinyami Lions Club and so many happy birthday. May you continue to inspire through service and leadership from all members of the club. Good morning, team. Please help me wish my brother Theophilus Ehun, chairman of GRA Workers Union and also Special Projects Office, a happy and glorious birthday. We pray God's mighty hand continue to rest upon him for divine protection. From Kwamina, Young, Sandra, and all cousins. Kwamina from Ashoman. Good morning, City. Please wish Mrs. Anita Na Ofebia Ayameyo a happy birthday. Your lines fall in pleasant places for you in Jesus' name. To our rich auntie from Aseda, Adepa, Kukua, and Nakosia, we love you.
I'm typically not somebody within myself about to social media or try to solicit for empathy. I tell you, yes, one told area in your through. A young girl like me have multiple jobs to sustain myself and my kid. I proceed to come here and come and take a place in less than 6 months. Stop it, baby. Investment, baby. The whole place has flooded. Everywhere has flooded, oh. Anyway, everywhere has flooded. Everywhere has flooded. And I'm still in disbelief and I'm still in denial because I thought that maybe on social media now, but say it's far from you, but life of God teaches us that anything can happen to anybody. In the middle of your plans, in the middle of your job, and this is somebody. Me kwaji daino, me beji fino, and someone will capture me, and I asked them, "Is your baha?" Because me say Kakra say, "Nana komi waterloo." I say, "Is your maha?" I proceeded to invest over 70,000. They be me fix BB. They be me change BB with anymore because apparently there was a flood some time ago, and they say if you had no electric raining now, they be month to month for the last 6 months. Only for Enra. I didn't even get time to process what was happening. In less than 10 minutes, people started shouting. There's water gushing into the compound. Impure. My car started flooding away. This is my place. Everything. Bibia, your basa, ejuma. I didn't tell me was just my phone and my work laptop because it was right beside me. It's yes, I'll be just Bibia papa. I say electricals and no say be a flood call. And then calling. Now, if you let a young girl come and take a place and you allow them invest in a space, you say, "No, so it's in your own child." Look, my office desk, the couch, everywhere. My son's school bag, maybe a flooded bedroom, the kitchen, everywhere. Everywhere. You couldn't even salvage anything. Everything. Everywhere. PPRC. They are floatical. And I can't stay in Sicily. Everything. Everything will shit. Look. Which room? Everything will be floatical. My room, everything. Everything. Look, I think the neighbor. Look, you're not for your mom is so weak. Everything. BBL, everything. BBL, everything. Just say, you don't even know where you're starting the cleaning from. That's every year, and I'm not saying that William is special. I'm just saying that. So when you say fear, it was abandoned because of situation like this, and some more before for. And my name finally say can't shame and Susanna never begin. Anyway, everything. I saw my son's tablet somewhere. And I'm saying, just say, BBR. So what's that feeling? And I'm a bit off for and son our life as back to normal. And I say, are we going to stay here in the hopes that if someone's here start bloom? My son's tablet. PPR. Now you say, and my young girl like me, I tell you. I was looking for it. Sure. Now, if you let a young girl come and take a place and you allow them invest in a space, you say, it's in your own child. Look, my office desk, the couch, everywhere. My son's school bag, maybe a flooded bedroom, the kitchen. Everywhere. You couldn't even salvage anything. Everything. Everywhere. PPR.
No place I want to call my home and struggle just to seize control of your own destiny. Destiny.
And that was a lady from Lakeside Estates, Nanakrom area. Lots of places flooded. Church Village in Tema flooded after heavy downpour. Residents count losses. Then we also have Kwasua Accra Highway floods again. SCC Junction Old Barrier still underwater. Then we have another one here. Road submerged as heavy rains leave commuters stranded. Then we have another one. 14-year-old recounts her escape and how she lost her school items in Accra's floods. Then we have Klagon flood disaster. Residents count losses after heavy rainfall in Tema West. Then we have Oyarifa floods. Residents still struggle 3 days after devastating downpour. Then we have chaos in Ghana. Heavy flooding swept away homes, cars in many parts of Accra. Then we have the Accra flooding is getting worse by the day. And then floods at Old Ashoman Abloaje destroy vehicles and valuables. And then we have flood crisis in Accra. Residents cut off as Domi Pillar 2 bridge overflows. I'm just reading headlines now. And then we have years of hard work swept away as Flores loses everything in Accra floods. Then Accra flooding destroys property worth millions of cedis. Many cry for government help. Then we have NADMO blames unauthorized construction, poor sanitation for Tema West floods. But this is not just an Accra issue. We have Takwa. Guests wade through floodwaters after Longji Hotel submerges. Then we have another one here from the Western region as well. Kakra, the flooding holds academic activities at OITI. The cost of flooding. That's what's happened this morning.
Yeah, Bernard, just quickly, I just received a message from the head of legal aid, Mr. Edmond Amakwe Foley, and I'll just share with you what he sent to me. He says, "Good morning, my dear Kakra. I hope you are well. Greetings from Tangier, Morocco. I'm listening to you live, and my heart is broken as I listen to the young woman grieving over the loss of her home and belongings in the flood. Please let the city team direct her to our office so we can support her. Take legal action against the landlord if need be. Thank you and see you soon."
Wonderful. So legal aid will be available for people like this.
Yes, and he kind of took the wind out of my sail because I it's a question I wanted to put to my learned senior here in the studio about about what people can do about the loss that they've encountered in terms of the expected protection from the state and its institutions. And so this will be in cases where there's a certain failure or negligence on the part of the state institutions who should have ensured the proper planning and consequently safety of tenants, of people, in the decisions they make about where they live. But I guess because he's here,
we'll do that shortly. So for you, flooding is still the big one. All right. Caleb is thinking about something else.
Yes, I've been big on the urban transport crisis. The buses came at some point. We still see a lot of people queuing in long queues late into the night, early morning, and we saw the buses come. I asked the other time, where are the buses? And then we saw the sword cutting or commissioning for same. Now we are hearing that the buses will be operating intercity, and that worries me because the main foundation on which we raise these conversations, for which the first batch of 300 buses, which is 100 arrived, was the intracity transportation crisis that we had. But what we are hearing now seems to contradict what we were looking forward to. Plus, we've had only 100. We were promised about 300. I don't know when the rest will arrive.
Okay.
And so that is my main concern this morning.
For the morning.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sky also has something on his head. What's on your mind today?
Well, I'm particularly concerned about the voice clip we just played. And just basically to respond to what Kakra was saying, in this particular case, the facts appear to suggest that there was fraudulent misrepresentation.
Mhm.
In other words, the landlord knew or ought to have known that the place was previously flooded. And per the clip, and if the lady is to be believed, she asked expressly if this place was within a flood-prone area. And the landlord told her that it was not. When in fact he was in a position or ought to have known that there was a previous incident where the whole place got flooded, and because of that people had abandoned the place. Yet that representation he made to the young lady, she acted on it to her detriment in this particular case. So and the relevant remedies in law, she may want to sue for negligent misrepresentation or fraudulent misrepresentation, as the case may be. And in appropriate cases with the relevant evidence, she is entitled to some redress in the court.
I'm sure there may be more people like this.
Sky, if I can pose, can she also pursue liability against the state?
Well, that would be it's a far stretch in my respectful view, because you have to look at all the circumstances of the case, whether there ought to have been some drainage system that needed to have been installed, which was not installed. Maybe there's road contraction somewhere contracted by the state, and somehow the contractor did not act properly, and all of that directed water into her home. I think the strongest case she has, in my respectful view, and I make this point humbly, is a case in misrepresentation on the part of the landlord.
The landlord or landlady.
Yeah.
4 minutes past 8, Citi Breakfast Show, Tech and Social Media Trends with Edwin Kwakofe.
It's brought to us by Telecel.
Good morning, Edwin.
Good morning, Bernard.
I hope your house wasn't flooded.
No, it wasn't. Fortunately for me, but unfortunately for a lot of others around the country, and especially in Accra, their houses, their streets, their shops, everything was flooded. And they were sharing videos and pictures on social media throughout the weekend, including the one you just played. But it's just one of a number of videos people were sharing of their situation during the downpours and during the flooding. So a very unfortunate situation throughout the weekend. And linked to that, which is also trending, is Aveno. The unfortunate incident where a building collapsed, killing 2 people. Fortunately, 3 were rescued. But obviously, we don't want to lose anyone. Yes, so the building collapsed. It was a 3-story building. Eventually, we saw the vice president, the interior minister, the IGP all visit the area because it was a pretty serious issue. And I just want to commend Jude Duncan on his incredible coverage throughout the day. Yesterday, we covered it on TV and on social media as well. But it's the most recent collapse in a number of building collapses we've seen recently. So people are concerned on social media about what is happening, the state of our infrastructure, and why the various assemblies and stakeholders are not taking a lot more interest or action on some of these buildings. We heard from the assemblyman of the area who complained about how slow or late the drip equipment arrived to clear the debris and rescue the victims. We heard from an engineer on Breakfast Daily who spoke about the fact that assemblies are not scrutinizing the building designs before they go up, before awarding permits to them, and they are also not monitoring the buildings projects as they go on to ensure the right materials are being used. So eventually they all end up tumbling down, and that's exactly what we saw yesterday. But we move on from that to it's a related issue, but something that Ghanaians are not happy about, and it's the Minister of State Awards. Which apparently took place, the 6th edition took place, and the Greater Accra Regional Minister was awarded for being the best regional minister. And given everything that's happened in the region recently, particularly the flooding, people were very upset that such an award ceremony would take place in the first place, given everything that's going on, and also the ministers who are awarded as well getting those prizes because of everything that's going on. So Ghanaians pretty very upset about that.
I need to read the SIGA CEO's article. I think it puts everything in perspective.
Yes.
How he rejected an invitation to be part of the awards, and what he really thinks about awarding public sector people. And this is a member of the same government.
Mhm.
So I think his article nails it nicely and captures the thinking from many of us around these type of things.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe if I have time, I'll read it.
Okay.
Can I just quickly add that there's a culture of awards in the system, and people are sort of taking advantage of, and I say this respectfully, the egos of many of us. Even in the media, we've seen a number of funny, weird awards going around, but unfortunately, people are clinging on to some of these awards. Yeah, it's become an opportunity for people to do some
They've
business.
created a whole economy.
Exactly.
And you have to pay for the award.
Exactly.
Once they tell you that you have to pay something for something, clearly, I mean, you must have a certain
sponsorship.
There must be a certain huge deficit in self-belief.
Ask Caleb will say, no, bro.
You know, as to cause you to want to dive into either your personal purse or public purse, support such a cause so that you can walk on stage and receive such an award. I mean, it's such a tragedy.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
Okay, so it was a pretty eventful weekend. I'm sure a lot of people went to have fun, and I hope they took care of themselves, because I saw a video which was trending on social media of some people injecting drugs into drinks, which they were going to give to people at parties and house parties.
They were doing what?
Most likely women. So it's just a call on people to be careful what they drink, who they party with, what they do out there, because
no, they took what? They were putting something in
they
something.
were injecting drugs.
Oh,
yes, spiking the drinks. Yes, with whatever.
Most likely
drugs
the date rape drugs.
Yes, probably.
They were
So
lacing the
they were
drinks
lacing
with
the drink. So
substances.
Yeah, just telling people to be careful.
So the
what-
people filming this are the same perpetrators?
Yes, they were the
So
same
they had the
perpetrators.
boldness to film themselves doing it.
Yeah, because
I don't
these
know.
days many of these people live on social media, and they assume that they can do anything and get
But
away with
they
it.
can be found.
Yeah.
They can be found, because for me, everybody has an address.
Yeah.
And the police need to beef up their digital monitoring for things like this. 'Cause
Well, the IGP recently caused the arrest of the gentleman who assaulted the nurse, which video appeared on
Yes.
social
Yes.
media. So we can count on the Inspector
for
General
me,
of Police.
these type of things should not be allowed to slide. For somebody to even, because what he's doing is twofold. He's not only telling what he's doing, he's teaching other people how to do it.
Yeah.
So
And he's being brazen about it. too.
So for me, such a person should be caught and made an example of.
And you
because-
know, Bernard, the truth is that many high-profile personalities in Ghana are facing these things with their kids, right? You're talking about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, up to 19-year-olds who are becoming victims of things like this. All these proms, you know, they say the prom, something they call prom.
I mean, I don't know those things. So
Ah,
I don't
okay.
exist in my
Well,
house.
luxury
you
vehicles and
lock,
clothes.
when they go,
Kakra.
these young people are doing things like this, and they circulate them extensively amongst themselves via Snapchat and other social media platforms. But many parents who are affected by this, whose daughters, whose sons are victims, don't want to step out there because of the stereotype or the victimization that comes with things like this. And it is a crisis out there.
Sky, the conversation with your teenager is a conversation that must be had. That one is absolutely essential. The conversation about sex, the conversation about drugs, the conversation about peer pressure, the conversation about dressing, the conversation about belonging, about looks. And don't wait for digital media to teach your child what it means to be who they are. So for me, it is a parenting imperative. The schools must get involved, and of course the state when it has to.
Okay, so I'm moving to tech news, and this was an issue that came up on Friday, but it's trended over the weekend. It's the plan by the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations to ensure that if you want to visit a pornography site, you use your Ghana card or driver's license to sign up so that you can verify your age. This is to ensure that underage people do not visit these illicit sites. And a lot of people have raised concerns about possible data protection and privacy issues, because once your Ghana card is out there, who is going to keep this data? Who is going to monitor it and ensure that it's not sold? Your data are not released to all these people. So there's been a lot of conversation online about this particular plan, and it's become very controversial, and some people are attacking the minister for saying that he's majoring in the minors, because this is not what given everything that's on the other social media platforms, Facebook, X, that kids can easily access. Why not focus on that instead of these pornography
So,
platforms?
for example, you could say, will under 18s be allowed to have a social media account?
Exactly.
That's what a lot of countries have started.
Yes.
All right. So you could say, as a starting point,
As
if
a
you are not
starting
18,
point, yes.
you can't be on social media.
Yeah.
Then you can move on from there.
Exactly.
So for me, it should be a broader conversation. So I hope it's not a plan. It's more like a suggestion so they can be discussed.
Well, my
because the
understanding-
wisdom to deal with this will not rest in only the minister. This is something that should be collectively discussed
Yeah, my
as a way
understand-
of safeguarding teenagers from accessing content that we know is inappropriate, whether it's pornography or even the kind of thing you just described.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right. Or even teaching people how to commit suicide and shoot
Yes.
and all those things. So it's a broader conversation about access to digital platforms that can ruin our teenagers. So I feel like because of the discussion around LGBTQ, it sort of skewed it towards the pornography issue.
Yeah.
All right. And maybe he wants to claim power yo-yo for it. But I feel like it should be a discussion that should be more carefully done around how to regulate intelligently access of minors to all kinds of content, and we must have different ways of doing it. Okay, let's not convert it again into political football. That's the kind of thing we do all the
It's
time.
already been done.
This, you see, Sky, these are, as you said, these are serious things that face all of us. So let's not make it some more George versus somebody, and he too should not make it something like he's my. No, this is a much bigger problem than him. Okay, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. There's a lot of things going on. And we need a collective wisdom around how do we regulate this, particularly for our children. Okay, let's have a proper conversation. Let's stop playing politics with all these things. Because when your child is victim to the kind of thing he said, it doesn't matter which party you belong to. So for once, let's be serious about these issues. Okay, let's not make it into us versus them. It's a much, much, much deeper issue. Please. Anyway, Sky, you want to say I took the wind out of yourself. Forgive me.
That's okay. My understanding is there's a proposal that is going before cabinet. But you see, we need to understand the reason why the Ghana card was issued. Now, when you say these things, people easily say, "Oh, it's because you are watching porn and all of that." But we are concerned about the very intrusive nature of the intervention that the minister is trying to put out there. We are concerned about kids getting exposed to things like that. But in addressing it, you use you use responses.
Now is if we
you use responses that are less intrusive.
Yeah.
You are collecting data of every person who is in his office or in his room watching these things. To many people, this might be what you call a deviant behavior. But that is what the person chooses to do with his time, right? Who is collecting the data? Who is keeping it? And who intends to weaponize it? So if someone goes to talk about something A, B, C, D tomorrow, then the data is leaked. That, oh, last night you visited this particular site 20 times. What are you talking about? I think we can address the problem of kids getting exposed to these inappropriate materials in a way that does not involve the very intrusive nature of extracting data from people who want to keep their privacy protected. I think it's
so we need to
something
keep an eye on that discussion
Yes,
and follow whichever bill or law they want to propose to make it less intrusive, more comprehensive, in a way that is more
Quickly,
useful.
I'm just very worried about how, as a country, we approach and treat matters, and these are difficult matters concerning children. Okay, is it last month that the Child Rights Initiative came out with their report that defilement was the biggest form of abuse against children? The police CID boss, Madam Lydia Yako, did a press conference detailing certain acts perpetrated against women and children. And listening to what Edwin is saying, it's as though these things pop up, we touch them, and we go. But really, I don't believe that the country genuinely cares about its children to put in measures, and following from what Sky is saying, to put measures in place. Because mind you, social media is only throwing up a societal problem. There's a problem with the society, with the children, and social media is highlighting it. But beyond what we're going to do on social media, etc., what really is the state doing to protect its children? And that, for me, I don't think
it's a bigger conversation.
It's clear what the state is doing. Indeed, it is a bigger conversation.
Edwin.
Bernard, that's it.
Thank you. You always generate talking points. That was taking social media trends. Rather long version, but we'll take it like that.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
There are many reasons to connect, and it's all to put smiles on the faces of those you love.
Daddy, thanks for the tea cash, okay? I love you.
That's my daughter Angela. Caring for my parents, that's my duty. I also get to pay my utility bills easily with Telecel Cash. And to the suppliers at my shop,
Hello, sir. Telecel cash payment received right on time. Thank you.
I get to make them smile because I can pay to my suppliers' merchant numbers, even on other networks directly. My dear ones, we keep the connection stronger when our family, friends, and business relations are happy. Live on cash, enjoy convenience, and make those who matter smile when you send them money with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Your future starts here at Delexus University College, a place where knowledge meets innovation and dreams become reality. Guided by integrity, excellence, inclusivity, and innovation, we prepare students to thrive in a rapidly changing world. Explore our accredited programs: nursing and midwifery, accounting and IT, banking and finance, marketing, human resource management, ICT, computer science, cybersecurity, applied insurance risk, and data analytics. Admissions are open now. Visit our campus at Tema, Comte 25, Peasby Junction, or apply online at www.delexusuniversity.edu.gh. Call us on 055 1198 100 or 055 1126 448. Delexus University College. Be knowledgeable and innovative in science and technology.
When the bills are mega.
When the plans are mega.
When the pressure is mega. When the need is mega.
Then you need a mega answer. That answer is Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loan. Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loans promo is available to new and existing salaried workers, existing loan subscribers, including top-up customers and pensioners. Get support for personal needs, family priorities, school fees, home improvement, business support, and more. Enjoy big loans, low rates with a quick and straightforward process designed to help you move without delay. Visit any Societe Generale Ghana branch today or call 030-2214-314. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Buy any promo pack of Gino tomato mix, Gino pepper and onion, or Gino jollof tomato mix. Cut open the sachet, find the code inside, text the code free of charge to *844*99#. There's over 2.5 million Ghana cedis in airtime to be won, plus amazing appliances and the grand rewards: a brand new car and an all expenses paid trip to a dream destination. This advert is FDA approved. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to IO Help Center. How can we help?
I just signed up to IO and I'd like to know the claim processes.
If you or your insured family member is hospitalized, get your OPD card, an excuse duty or itemized bill, a discharge letter indicating admission and discharge dates from a certified hospital, and a valid ID card. And if an insured family member dies, then you'll need a death certificate, burial permit, or a signed letter from a chief or pastor, medical cause of death, and a valid ID card. When ready, dial *296#, select the product you're claiming for, and follow the prompt. You will receive a link via text to send your document. For any assistance, visit the nearest MTN office or call 296. Know that claims are paid after verifications are done. T's and C's apply. Underwritten by Sanlam Alliance Life Insurance Ghana Limited. IO, because you care.
Electrical say you mean Nancy no ma you won. Every man for so fake na begum. It's time on motor cables and no ma scan check the cables no. Or your Nexus cable metal. One low smoke anti-counterfeit cables nibia. So nyebia muntoda. E dey na ma we use sa cables na. E ma ni dem sronko. Low smoke anti-counterfeit cables ah. You me chede. Certificate cables on your papa wire then say gentleman. Open whistle p toxic. No me jenu so huwa. Ono pongo table to make. Na say use low smoke anti-counterfeit cable. O major inshuo. Whistle ka creeping over. Into a triangle between a denuma. And when you low smoke anti-counterfeit cables ya. Etwa. And one of why. The bottom scan. Na check there. So your original. Offering Nexus cable metal. Nexus cable metal low smoke anti-counterfeit cable. Yes, sashay. Na ya jatu be there. Only you gonna cable la. Okwa kwesi and that.
Nexus cable metal. Electricity no get leg. The Nexus cable metal cable they carry up.
Running a business today, Charlie, you know easy.
And that is why you need the right partner. When I'm making payments, Absa sorted me cash flow. So me have fast and flexible loan crampoa. No wahala. Absa Business Banking is always there for me. Whether you are a large business or an SME, Absa has you covered.
At Absa, we get it and we understand every kind of business need. Visit an Absa Bank branch today for your business banking solutions. Your story matters. Absa.
Protect yourself from germs and bacteria with confidence. Cleanse hand soap effectively kills 99.9% of germs with every use. Perfect for all your hand washing moments throughout the day. Available in a variety of variants and delightful flavors. Choose Cleanse for yourself, your family, and friends. Make Cleanse your daily essential. The GC brand. It's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
It's Betway's 10-year birthday celebration, and we've decided it's your 10. Even if you're an old friend who hasn't visited Betway in a while, log in and have a look in your account. We may have left a birthday gift there for you, because when it's time to celebrate, we're inviting everyone. Here's to the next decade. It's your 10, only at Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Bet responsibly. Not for persons under 18. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway. Get way more.
June is for business here at Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the Citi Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the Citi Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the On Air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205 973 973 for further details. Citi Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The Citi Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
How can you be sitting there telling me that you care, when every time I look around, the people suffer in the suffering in every way, in every way. Say, we're the survivors, yes, the black survivors. I tell you what, some people got everything, some people got nothing, some people got hopes and dreams, some people got ways and means. We're the survivors, yes, the black survivors. Yes, we're the survivors, like Daniel out of the lion's den. Survivors, survivors. So I dream, I say string. Oh, which way will we choose? We better hurry, oh hurry, oh hurry, oh now, 'cause we've got no time to lose. Some people got facts and claims, some people got pride and shame, some people got the plots and the schemes, some people got no aim, it seems. We're the survivors, yes, the black survivors. Tell you what, we're the survivors, yeah, the black survivors. Yeah, we're the survivors, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Go in the fire, but you never get burned. So I drink, I say string. The preaching and talking is done. We've got to live back.
8:30 on the Citi Breakfast Show. If you are stuck in traffic and craving a real break, let me introduce you to the Biposo Wellness Resort. We're just 49 minutes from Kotoka, 1,700 feet in the beautiful Ebri Mountains. This resort offers a perfect escape. Enjoy an infinity pool with breathtaking views, an infrared sauna, a jacuzzi, quad biking adventures, and cozy bonfires at night. They recently launched the Weekend Reset Package, which includes 2 nights, a massage, all meals and activities, all from the same price as 2 nights at most hotels in Accra. Reclaim your peace of mind. Contact us via Instagram at Biposo Resort or WhatsApp 020-055-7699. Just mention Citi Breakfast and they'll take great care of you. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Rick,
go there, mention Citi Breakfast.
Yes.
And it's done.
Yes.
Okay.
As in, on you swam. Jacuzzi, quad biking, bonfires at night. Allah. You need it.
I need it.
You need it. So, Charlie, organize your system. I tell you, life feels better when money isn't getting in the way. When it's easy to send money, pay bills, buy airtime, receive money from loved ones, or stay on top of everyday expenses, there's more time for the things that truly matter. That's exactly what G-Money is designed for. Simple, convenient, and always within reach. G-Money helps you do more with less stress. Dial *488# or download the G-Money app today. G-Money, give yourself more.
And life has a funny way of showing up uninvited. 1 minute, everything is fine, no drama. The next minute, reality hits differently with hospital bills, emergency, and expenses showing up. That's why IO annual cover got you covered with just a yearly premium of 159 Ghana Cedi, 50 pesos, or 264 Ghana Cedis, or 396 Cedis for yourself and each family member. You get up to 16,125 Cedis to support funeral expenses pesos and up to 322 Ghana cedis 50 pesos daily hospital cash benefit per night. And yes, you can even add up to 6 family members from 1 to 69 years to your policy. Signing up is quick and simple. Log into your Momo app, go to the financial services, select Insure, tap on IO, then choose the pack that suits you. Follow the prompt. Yes, dial star 928 star 101 hash, select annual cover and sign in. WhatsApp 0596 918 235. Follow us online at IO Ghana. IO because you care. Shine your eyes when you receive urgent emails or messages about your bank account. Fraudsters create fake websites that look exactly like your bank's, same logo, same color, same designs. They may send you a link asking you to verify your details or risk losing access to your account. Once you enter your information, they can take control of your account. Before you click, check the link carefully. Some fake links may appear genuine at first glance but contain slight differences such as extra letters, missing letters, or numbers replacing words. Others may use long, confusing web addresses or shortened links that hide the real website. Never click suspicious links. Instead, quickly visit your bank's official website for information or contact the bank directly using its official phone number. Shine your eyes. Spot the fraud. Stop the fraud. Give your business the competitive edge it deserves at Dawa Industrial Zone, a world-class industrial park spread across over 2,000 acres of prime industrial land with modern infrastructure, strategic connectivity, and a thriving ecosystem of manufacturers, heavy industries, automotive industries, textile production businesses, logistics companies, etc., etc. You all will find a well-segmented industrial zone at Dawa Industrial Zone is the ideal destination for growth and expansion. Position your business for success in one of West Africa's fastest growing industrial hubs. 055 20 40,000 is the number to call today. Visit diz-ghana.com, Dawa Industrial Zone, where industry thrives.
A couple more before we bring you some quick birthdays and we turn to another issue. People are winning big on 590 mobile just by dialing star 959 hash. NLA has increased the playing time of your favorite 590 mobile from Monday to Saturday. Noon rush starts from 8:30 p.m. till 1:25. The next day, while the evening draw starts at 1:30 p.m. and closes at 7:55 p.m. But note, Sunday Aseda remains the same with no change. Catch all the 590 mobile evening live draws from Mondays through Sundays Aseda on GTV broadcast from 8 p.m. to 8:15 sharp. Call 030-8249-477. 590 mobile at Down Sem. Did you know that the mattress you sleep on can affect your health, your comfort, and your productivity? Many cheap mattresses are made from low quality materials that can lead to discomfort, poor sleep, and unnecessary replacement costs. Choose quality, choose comfort, choose durability. For almost 60 years, Latex Foam has been Ghana's trusted mattress brand, providing certified quality and unmatched comfort for homes across the country.
Beautiful.
Visit any Latex Foam showroom nationwide or go to latexfoamghana.com or call 0302-231-155 in Accra or 0322-029-365 in Kumasi. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Well.
I can tell that things are moving on your side. All right, so we are counting the cost of the flooding in terms of the human cost. Just need to mention all the areas that have been flooded quickly. Takrady, Takwa, Winneba, Kaswa, and then you have Tetegu coming in from Dansoman, Begbese, and then you have places in Domi Pillar 2. You have coming all the way through to Domi itself, not Pillar 2. Then you have Old Ashoman, Abulaje. Then you have Oyarifa, Pantan. Then you have Abokobi. Then you move towards Nanachrome. You have Maijo. You have parts of Gulf City. Then you have Community 5, Community 6. Then you have Klagon. Then Lashibi. Yeah. So the whole capital got flooded. And it's something we'll be talking about. Send us videos and photos of what happened to you. Sky wants to do a quick
Bernard, please, let me do this dedication to a very special friend of mine. Happy birthday to Grace Mimi Ohiniwa Kuma Maji of the Petroleum Commission Ghana. May this new chapter of your life be filled with good health, joy, favor, success, and the fulfillment of your positive aspirations. May you continue to excel in your endeavors and inspire those around you, as you always do, through your dedication and service. Wishing you a memorable celebration and a year ahead filled with abundant blessings, happiness, and remarkable achievements. It's coming in from my good self and all of us here at Citi FM and Channel 1 Television.
Yeah,
and your friends.
and very quickly too, Bernard. Over the weekend, Saturday was my district pastor's birthday. Pastor Emmanuel Osei Ejapon at the Baka District Church of Pentecost. Happy birthday. And this message says, kindly wish my daughter Maureen Aku Amago, who graduated with BSc in Computer Science, 2nd class. Congratulations. She graduated from Academic City. And the father sends a video of a very wonderful man in graduation gown, delivering the graduation speech. It's a loskiship, firing the thing there.
Yeah.
That was a good speech. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's on our YouTube channel. Please find it. You will love it.
Reduce the size of the gown.
Oh no, the gown is perfect. No, it was perfect. It was perfect. You know the gown space for you.
It was big and hot.
It was beautiful.
Oh, it was warm,
It was very warm. So I wanted to finish quickly and run away from there.
Yes. And also let's extend our condolences one more time to our good friend at the sales department, the head of that department,
Francis
Degbo, who lost a mother, buried over the weekend, and all of you who came to support me. The Lord continue to bless you. And then also our good friend Philip
Ashon, son-in-law,
who is a son-in-law,
the deceased. Also, wishing my good friend Euclid Ado, who also buried his father over the weekend, condolences. He did it at a Brie. Happy birthday to my sister-in-law Juliet Senuvi, and to my good friend Lauren Sena Ativo. Today is also your birthday.
Oh, yes.
Enjoy the very best of today.
Sena. Bless you.
Wonderful. And of course, you wanted to do one quick one.
Just quickly before you move to the transportation subject, I have two quick messages. One from Dr. Lloyd Amwa.
Professor.
Hey, Professor.
Professor Lloyd Amwa.
My apologies.
Lloyd G. Amwa.
No, pay attention.
Lloyd Amwa.
Pay attention. Oh, it just fits into it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
And he says, the Ghanaian neoliberal capitalist state is by design dystopian.
Thank you.
It can only produce galamsey and fladen. Pay attention.
Pay attention.
And then
Charlie, tell him, Kakra, tell him I've missed his English on air. I want him to come and deliver English. Lloyd Amwa. And so I'm sending a special message to his wife Sylvia.
Yes.
Please convince the lion to come out of
Sylvia,
convince the lion to come out of retirement.
The one you read, you just explain it first for us. Those of us, we don't go.
No, read it again.
I have another to read.
No, I want to hear it again.
So this is Professor Amwa's own.
Lloyd G. Amwa.
The Ghanaian neoliberal capitalist state is by design dystopian. It can only produce galamsey and fladen. And fladen, he used capital letters. And then he says, pay attention.
So the outrider, what be the meaning?
I'll explain.
Now, can I?
Neoliberal something.
I'll explain it later.
Is dystopian.
Yes.
One more.
Neoliberal
Guys.
as against
No, let me finish. Then you can explain. One more message, and this is from Papa Sam, and he tweets that no amount of complex engineering or investment can stop our perennial flooding problems if we don't deal with the indiscipline in our spatial management. We give permits for people to build on waterways, put up structures on drains, and feign surprise when we see floods. Bye-bye.
All right, I like that. So let's not get distracted. Let's focus on transport.
Yeah, but explain the thing.
So, see, there are two schools of thought. The neoliberal school of thought has been with us since the 1945, when the Bretton Woods institutions were formed. And they basically have a certain worldview about economics and the way the world works. So the IMF and the World Bank promote a lot of that. Part of their worldview is privatize, limit the role of the state, and there must be a certain approach to economic management, which is some people consider not daring enough. So, for example, when a government decides that they want to give ownership of their natural resources to locals, the neoliberal framework prescription for African economists will be, no, don't do that.
Okay.
And let foreign capital manage that.
Okay.
The heterodox view has a different view.
Sorry.
The neoliberal view has a very limited role for the central bank in the way it tries to manage currency. The heterodox view says no, do something called MMT, modern monetary theory, that believes that if a sovereign country has access to its own resources, it should be able to print currency to defend itself and listen differently.
Yeah,
so
something you've been pushing
people like Lloyd Amo and co are saying that the neoliberal framework, and I think that's not just the only issue, the neoliberal framework, in addition to our political patronage, does not really allow us to implement far-reaching structural policies that we need. Manufacturing, industrialization, value addition, and those type of things. So they feel like we go to the IMF every 3-4 years to stabilize, and we get back into the same problem with the next shock.
Okay.
So Galamsey and all these other problems we've not been able to solve are parts of the evidence of that broken framework. He's not the only person who believes that. There are lots of people who believe that. But in our economic view, they are outnumbered.
Charlie, bless you.
The neoliberals are more.
Oh,
Charlie. You are the one who has been saying it. All right, so what's the next issue?
So prior to the 15th of January, during the show, Godfred raised a serious matter that peaked on the 15th of January with respect to the urban transport crisis we were seeing. Many of the commuters were charging twice the fare. There was an artificial shortage of commercial buses. A lot of commuters were bearing the brunt, whether you're coming from Kaswa to Accra, Medina to Accra, Tema to Accra. There was a huge crisis. People would queue for long hours after work and long hours before work. Getting to work was a huge challenge, and this was something we highlighted here. It caught up. The other media stations took over. Social media was ablaze. This is mid-January. That's when the issue peaked. Okay. So on the 16th of January, the Vice President visited the transport associations, and she assured that the President had taken a serious view of the transport crisis, and also gave assurances that buses will be procured to alleviate the plight of commuters. She engaged Ayalolo bus operators and then the GAPTE, so Ayalolo MT Metro Mass Transport, and even private transport operators.
To try and solve the problem.
Yes, and assured that the government was going to procure buses to solve the issue. So the understanding we got from her conversation is that both Ayalolo, GAPTE, MMT, and even some private transport operators will benefit from what was going to happen. Over the time, we're told about 300 buses were going to be procured, 100 arrived, and it took a while even after the arrival. We were not hearing anything, and you recall I asked you during the newspaper review where the buses were, because we're still seeing more commuters in queues late into the night, early morning, waiting for transport. Now, this morning, we hear in the news, the head of corporate communications at Met, and Abik will help us with that, Mohammed Mubarak Ouattara. He says that the buses that have arrived will be deployed for intercity operations.
The buses didn't come because of intracity, because it was an arrangement that the current executive, which is the MD and his deputy, they are also way of also making sure that they are also way of resetting Metro Mass through the directive and the support of presidency and the Ministry of Transport, but not necessarily. And as I said, 2003-2004, when the Metro Mass started, it was all solely on intercity, not intracity. We have sometimes people use Ayalolo to be, what's the name, a part of Metro Mass. No, Ayalolo basically deal with intracity.
So you get the point, right?
Yes.
So he's saying that the buses will predominantly be for intercity.
Yes.
And
so that's like Kumasi,
for Metro,
Accra,
because Metro Mass is for intercity.
Yes.
The intracity company is Ayalolo.
Yes.
Now, I'm told that these buses that came have they are just 29, 30 seaters.
Yes.
And that the Ayalolo people are revamping their bigger buses, which have 60 to 70 capacity.
Right.
So these buses actually were not meant for Ayalolo.
then it doesn't solve the problems that we highlighted in the manner in which we were hoping these would. I'll give you some quotes from the Vice President's interaction with the transport operators on citynewsroom.com. It says sometimes the problem is caused by all kinds of situations, including even exploitation by some of our own drivers, long queues at bus stops and terminals, congestion and all kinds of stress that come with the situation. We want our fellow countrymen and women to be aware that government is not blind to the situation, that we have not we've not seen and we don't care. We don't think it is somebody's problem, it's everyone's problem. That is why I started by saying that we need to team up and find solutions. Now, the last part, His Excellency has asked me to assure all of you that he will give support to Metromas, Ayalolo, and the private sector with new high occupancy buses in order to augment the services in the medium term. So first of all, even the buses that have come are not high occupancy. That's number one. However, at that aside, the congestion was at the bus terminals in the capital city. So even though at some point we saw congestion and long queues for those who wanted to travel to Kumasi and all, that was very seasonal. The main challenge we still have is within the cities. And it's a bit surprising that out of the 100 buses, for the 100 buses that have come out of the 300, we are now hearing that the buses are going to be doing intercity.
Okay. Maybe our hope, maybe because we were so fixated with the intracity problem.
Yeah.
We misplaced our hope in thinking that these buses were going to solve that problem. I have been following the story, and for example, June 6th, which is 2 days ago, Western Region received 11 new Metro mass buses. So of the 100, 11 were given to the Western Region. So it's quite clear that the buses were actually intended for intercity. There's another story here, and let me read that story for you from the Western Region. It says that the Western Regional Branch of Metro Mass Transit Limited has taken delivery of 11 new buses to boost their transport operations. The 29-seater buses form part of the 100 procured by government to strengthen both intra-city and intercity transport systems across the country. The Western Regional Minister, Joseph Nelson, who handed over the buses to MMT management in Kakra, said the move forms part of government's broader agenda to reset Ghana's transport system and bring relief to commuters and urban and rural routes. The arrival of the buses marks a defining moment for us because we've been fortunate to receive 11 out of the 100 procured. We can only be grateful to the President for this initiative. Then there's another one here. 100 new buses to be deployed. So that was May 20. So that was 2 weeks before this deployment. Transport Minister Buka Inikwe assured that the 100 newly procured buses by government will soon be deployed to improve public transportation, particularly during peak hours. Speaking to journalists after appearing before Parliament Public Accounts Committee on Wednesday, Mr. Inikwe said all necessary procedures were completed to ensure the buses are safely and properly integrated into the transport system. He noted that although the buses had arrived, they must first undergo full registration and licensing while drivers are being trained before deployment. He expressed optimism that the process was nearing completion, adding that the drivers are currently undergoing training and expecting to complete it within days. He assured the public that the bus will soon become operational, saying Ghanaians will begin to see them in service shortly. So he didn't really talk about intra or inter.
But there were bus routes that were announced. We were told that the newly deployed buses would operate along 4 major high-volume routes in the Greater Accra region. Accra, Medina, Adenta, I'm sure listeners will remember this. Accra, Chimota, Masaman, Accra, Malam, Kaswa, and Accra, Tema, Beach Road. So these were some of the high-density routes that was seeing a lot of traffic, for which there was a lot of hue and cry. In fact, if you go to Wazon TV's Facebook page, for example, on the 9th of April, the government communications minister, is quoted as saying that the transport minister has been instructed to ensure the expedited deployment of newly acquired Metro Mass buses in high traffic corridors to ensure that it alleviates any difficulties that may have arisen out of recent price increases. And that was not seen in intercity.
So the point I need to make without holding brief is that the transport ministry is in charge of intercity transportation,
right?
Which is why they deal with STC and Metro Mass. Again, within the period May 17, long delays temporary, 120 buses coming soon, STC. So when it comes to transportation within cities, the buses are supposed to be caller come to pick this call. The buses are supposed to be provided by the metro, by the Ayalolo, who is a local government function. So what I'm trying to say is that any challenge, and we've said this, any challenge with transportation within the city is to be addressed by the local government ministry. Any intervention from the transport ministry is to be addressed for intercity. So STC and MMT are companies under the Ministry of Transport. Ayalolo, which is running, put him on the line if it's possible. Ayalolo or GAPTI is supposed to be under local government ministry. Now, the problem we highlighted on this program was intra-city.
Correct.
The Minister for Local Government did make a statement about this some time back, but I don't think we followed up enough to find out what exactly the GAPTI is doing. The Transport Ministry people say they are providing buses for Metro Mass. Now, they are saying that Metro Mass sometimes, for example, if you take Metro Mass from Accra to say Dodowa, it will drop people at Adenta. Okay. So part of Metro Mass solves some intra-city, but it's not meant for. So the Metro Mass is for city to city. If you take a Metro Mass bus from Somanya to Accra, people will drop at Adenta, people will drop at Medina, people will drop at Legon. But basically, it is between cities. So the people who are supposed to solve the main intra-city route are the GAPTI.
So, Bernard, we're going to use a 29-seat capacity bus for intra-city?
No, inter.
I mean intercity.
Yes, because the buses for Metro, for the buses for Ayalolo are bigger. You know, they are the double, like they've joined the bus. Those buses are supposed to have 60 capacity. That's the idea. So the question is, what's the coordination between the Ministry of Local Government, Ministry of Transport? What is the Ministry of Transport responding to? Let's put the minister on to answer these questions. He is Joseph Bukari Nikpe. He's MP for Saboba. He will tell us whether the expectations were misplaced or whether there's something wrong. Honorable Minister, thanks for joining the program.
Thank you, my brother.
We seem a bit confused because in January, when we made a lot of noise about bus terminals being full, the challenge we thought we were highlighting was intra-city transport between Kaswa and Accra, between Adenta and Circle, between Tema and Accra. So you announced some buses coming in, 129-seater buses. Now we are being told those buses are meant for Metro Mass. So is it that you are solving the wrong problem, or we are the ones misunderstanding your approach?
Well, thank you, and let me say good morning to everyone. That is true. You remember during Christmas festivities, we had a lot of challenge with a lot of our commuters stranded. And as at that time, we did an interim transport arrangement to get access Metro Mass from FTT support in that period. And also upon the visit of Excellent Vice President, we had visited a lot of the transport companies and made some pronouncement that government was arranging to get more vehicles to support the transportation of our either workers who get to their workplaces safely. Now we received first batch of the 100 buses for the Metro Mass Transit Limited. What we have done is that we have deployed those buses to the various regions. Now, doing so, considering nationwide transport issues, and these ones are 29-seater buses, we are assigning them to all regions and then bring occupancy buses from those regions into the intra-city arrangement. So we should receive some of the old buses that are high occupancy. They take over 60 passengers per bus as compared to 29. And we are refurbishing them to put them out to support the intra-city transport. Now, going back, you realize that in 2015 we were handling this intra-city when we into Ayalolo, and under the GAPTI, is under the Ministry of Local and Chieftaincy. They are responsible for intra-city, but as the Ministry of Transport, we also have the responsibility to ensure that we get our commuters to their workplaces, areas of journey. We bring some route metro mass bus to come and augment Law is currently doing.
Minister, we are having a bit of difficulty with your line. If you can reposition kindly, it will help us. So you're saying that the 100 buses are meant for metro mass transit, and that is intercity. That's what you're telling us.
Yes, but we also, through that arrangement, is also putting out some high occupancy metro mass buses back to the intercity to support the activities of the Ayalolo.
How many of those high occupancy buses are you putting, and when are you doing that?
So far, we have received 10 from the regions. Now that we have deployed to the regions, we have received 10. They are currently in the workshop for refabrication and the preparations to deliver somewhere next week into the intra-city.
And how many, what's the capacity of those buses?
They are over 60. I will have to cross there, but it's like they're about 64, and those ones you can stand in. So sometimes they can take over 64.
So let me get this straight. You have received 10 high occupancy buses from the Metro Mass that you will use to complement Ayalolo. And those buses are being fixed in the workshop to be released next week. That's what you're saying?
Yes. So upon the deployment of the 100 buses, we are bringing back some of the existing Metro Mass high occupancy buses that were in the region. We are pulling them to Accra, refabricate them properly, and put them to support the Ayalolo services within the greater Accra region.
But will the 10 be enough? If they are 60-seater and they are 10, looking at the size of Accra and the level of challenge, will 10 high occupancy buses for Ayalolo, adding to Ayalolo, be enough to reduce the pressure?
Not at all. But what we are doing is that we are receiving them in phases and refurbishing them and releasing them into the system. Like I earlier on stated, I know the local government ministry and Ayalolo are also bringing in some buses. But for us, we want to see how we can solve the system once new buses come in. Don't also forget that the other 200 that are going to come in phases will begin to release more into the system to support the intra-city transport issues.
So let me get this straight. You want to use the 329-seater buses you are giving to Metro Mass to then release the old Metro Mass buses for intra-city because they are bigger but they are less durable. So that's the idea, right?
Don't forget that Greater Accra will also receive their share of the distribution of the 100 buses. What I'm adding is that with the 29 buses that we have gotten, they are not high occupancy. So they are not very suitable for the intra-city transport because of the high numbers of passengers or commuters we have. So what we are doing is that we already have buses that are high occupancy, buses that are in the various regions. And so we are working out to see those areas that have less traffic or less congestion. We will bring those ones into the intra-city once we get the 29 occupancy to those areas to continue to support or help carry our commuters. But the system is that the next batch, we will soon release more into the other areas that have passengers that are so many along the routes or in Greater Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi.
So within the 3 urban areas you mentioned, do you know the routes that most urgently need these buses? And will the ministry advise Ayalolo as to which routes to use it for, or you leave it to them to make their own decision?
Yes, so what we are doing is that as we release the buses, for instance, in the Western region, we are able to bring about 4 from Western region. we're able to bring about 3 from northern region. So when we are able to assemble all the high occupancy vehicles, we will fix them, and Metro Mass will also still run them within the intra-city to just augment or support Ayalolo in their intra-city transport system. But we are also having conversations with the Metro Mass, another 100 buses that will be coming in 2 months' time to release more into the intra-city. But that time they will be of occupancy, not 29. They will be like 60 occupancy buses. That will help the intra-city transport.
But Minister, between January 15 and June 8, that's 6 months, we would have expected more buses and would have expected you to be telling us that all the additional buses required for the intracity are available. What you are saying is that you've deployed 100 and you are receiving some of the high occupancy. It seems to be still work in progress, but that's 6 months. I mean, this was a major issue 6 months ago. Is it that the procurement process for buses is that long? For which reason 6 months is not such a long time?
Yes, remember that we have to do this with the private sector, and you have to look at the policy or the arrangement you are having with them, the one that will suit the country or the one that will suit our transport policy. We know the difficulties that we are experiencing. However, where we have gotten to, we are very certain that within the next 2 months, the next 100 buses will come in. By that time, SDC will also get 140 buses, and we'll be able to add more high occupancy. The first bus that came with 29-seater buses. That is not very suitable to solve or to take more of our commuters. And that is why we are doing this arrangement in bringing in more occupancy buses. Now, your question is that how do we solve this problem? Talking with the local government ministry that is responsible for intra-city transport, they are also working to get another batch of what you call buses to come and then be able to carry out their responsibility or their duties. We also, as the Ministry of Transport, we are also working to add more, and we believe that gradually we'll be able to face these problems once and for all. Again, sometimes in the road aspect of it, so the throughput of the vehicles are not to the maximum because it has rained, the roads are not very quick for the drivers to move. So they go slow. If they are able to do 2 trips a day, now they might do 1 trip. So meaning that you have to get more of the buses to add. And also congestion also creates some slow movement. These are all issues that the ministerial sectors are dealing with, while the road ministry is also working on the roads, will ease out the roads, and then the vehicles that will come in will have their throughput increase. Will be able to serve our people better.
I want some specifics now. The 100 29-seater buses, have you deployed all to the regions or you are still in deployment? That's question 1. Question 2, the remaining 200, because you promised 300, when will the remaining 200 come?
Yes, we have deployed the 100 buses to the various regions. That is why we are able to bring in some of the high occupancy vehicles that were in those regions. So they are fully deployed. It's just that we need to re-service and clean up some of the buses that we have brought in and put them in good shape to be able to serve our people. Now we explained to people that the 300 were going to come in 3 badges, with each of the badges coming with 100 buses. The first 100 has arrived, we have deployed them. The second 100, hopefully within 2 months, should be arriving. And within the same 2 months, SPC will also be receiving over 140 buses to support the system.
So within the next 2 months, STC will receive their first batch of 100, and then the rest of the 200 will also come from Metro Mass.
Yes. So the Metro Mass, within the 2 months, they will have another 100, and then in the next 2 months, they will also get in another final 100 that will be coming.
Do you think that the Ayalolo should be overseen by the Ministry of Transport, because you are the Minister for Transportation. Urban transport is a transport problem. I don't see why I should be going to local government minister to ask him where buses are. He has many other things to do. So I'm not in government design, but it seems to me as though because of the relationship between Metro Mass, STC, and Ayalolo, it may make more sense to bring all of them under one regulation. Because I see you are hesitating to even talk about Ayalolo because you are not the one in charge of it. But how are you able to even deploy buses to the routes that they oversee? You know, it doesn't make sense to me. Shouldn't you be the one in charge of all transportation so that we can stay with you on that issue?
Well, I see it different, Mr. Bernard. Transport is a social service that we render to our people. And in most advanced countries, you will have, say, London City Transport. The local authority controls their own transport. Now, if you look at the setup of Metro Mass, it was set up to do intercity transport system. And if you look at the Ayalolo, it was intra for 4 cities, Accra, Kumasi, Tamale, and Kakra. So that those metropolitan assemblies should own their transport system and be able to figure it properly. Listening to the local government, all the MMD are fit in line to ensure that they monitor their local transport system within these 4 cities. So at the side of my transport, responsible for all crafts on our roads, on our waters, in our sea, and the rail lines, if you add the intra-city to it, it will look like you are taking over some responsibility from the local government system. So for that structure to work, that was why GAPTI was introduced, to be able to ensure that big city is able to manage their transport system, serve their people with the kind of services that they require. So I believe it is well situated at the local government ministry so that the MMDAs will be able to run their own intra-city transport effectively to help take their commuters, their students, their workers to their places of work safely. So for me, it is well placed at the local government ministry.
Well, this morning, Prince from Gbechile sends a text. He says, "Good morning, Bernard. We close from work at 5 to 6 p.m., stand in a queue for at least 2.5 hours just to go and be in traffic for an hour and a half to get home. This is from Tema Community 1 to Gbechile. This is less than a 10-kilometer distance. So this message obviously is coming to you. So even though you are telling me you are supplying buses for Metro Mass, for somebody who lives in Gbechile, which is basically after Community 22, and drives to Tema, it's less than 6-7 kilometers. Spending 2.5 hours to work is just unacceptable, you know. And you cannot tell me that that's not your responsibility. I mean, you can say it is under GAPTI, but this is Tema Community 1 to Gbechile. Clearly,
it is.
Yeah,
it is my responsibility. That is why I earlier on stated that we had to look at the issue, which one will serve as better. Is it 29-seater that will be good for the intra-city, or you will need to bring in the 64 with the capacity to even allow standard people to stand? So that is why we took the decision that, okay, take the 29 to some of the regions where traffic is not so dense, and then bring in the high occupancy ones into the big cities like Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, and Tamale, so that we'll be able to carry our commuters in higher numbers, so that we'll be able to get more people to go. You see, our problem is the trotros, the private ones we have. What is the occupancy? 16, maybe 20. So they are not going to take more of our commuters. And considering the Ayalolo brand of buses, you see the Ayalolo has so many, the occupancy is high, so they'll be able to take many passengers. So when we are also able to retrieve all the Metro Mass vehicles or buses that are high occupancy into the intra-city, we'll be able to carry our passengers or our commuters quickly to their place of their destinations. So I share with the gentleman, and I'm saying that we are working, myself and the Ministry of Local Government or the Minister for Local Government, we are working to ensure that we solve these problems once and for all. When we get high occupancy buses running our transport system in the intra-city.
We'll leave it here for now. Thank you. Honorable Joseph Bukari Nikpe is the Minister for Transportation and also MP for Saboba. Caleb, read a few quick comments for us as we wrap up this segment.
Okay. So a couple of comments coming up shortly.
Okay, sorry. Good morning, Bernard and team. Please kindly ask the Minister why STC has been allowed to increase their fare while the GPRT has been stopped from increasing theirs. A trip from Aplau to Accra used to be 70 cedis, but now 90. Why? That's roughly 29%. Newspaper saw heading sees for the interview with the Minister. Can you ask the Minister what they are doing about the transportation challenge in Accra? I just did. What started in October last year, which we thought was only due to festive season, has gradually become the norm. Now you either have to leave your house by 4 or 5 a.m. or forget about getting to your destination on time. Then when it's time to return home from work, it's another headache altogether. We can't continue to live like this. Where are the buses they promised? How long are they going to be at the mercy of truck drivers who are taking advantage of the situation by charging exorbitant fees? How long must we fight every morning just to get to work? Most importantly, how long will it take for the government to take strategic measures to prioritize the welfare of ordinary citizens? This is a long message. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll take you into our on-air series for the City Business Festival. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Where do your hopes and dreams take flight? The money you've earned, the future shining bright. At Petra, we're not just here for your retirement plan. We are here for the life you've imagined and then some. From your child's education to your dream home's door, we'll help you achieve what you're striving for. Petra is here, steady and strong. Your wealth in safe hands, where it belongs. With investments that grow at rates that compete, we build your future with every heartbeat. That's Petra, your partner. Come joy or strife, guiding you toward the dreams that define your life. For your pensions, investments, loans, and more, visit our website at petraonline.com or call 0242 435037. Petra, achieve more.
Tired of dealing with messy hair? We've got your solution. Introducing new BO16 Styling Gel. It effortlessly hold and style your hair, leaving no white flakes behind. Choose from our original clear or sleek black gel to suit your style. BO16 Styling Gel. Because your hair deserves the best. Express yourself confidently. Available now at your nearest store. Grab yours and style with ease. The GC brand, it's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Hey, Charlie, these days there are Azan everywhere, and GCB Bank is on the alert to protect your money. So be vigilant. I should share my OTP with you. How can you tell me this story? Masa, one-time PIN no be group work, so don't share. Azan, they say share your PIN for them to help you. Azan, unknown link, bia, no click so pa. Bebre Azan, free ATM help, say.
My friend, look sharp. GCB Bank will never ask for your PIN, OTP, or Ghana card details. Don't fall victim. Think before you click or send anything. At Zamboys Day Street. So Deji, call 0800 422 422 free or WhatsApp 0202 422 422 when in doubt. Eyazan is brought to you by GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Where do your hopes and dreams take flight? The money you've earned, the future shining bright. At Petra, we're not just here for your retirement plan. We are here for the life you've imagined and then some. From your child's education to your dream home's door, we'll help you achieve what you're striving for. Petra is here, steady and strong. Your wealth in safe hands, where it belongs. With investments that grow at rates that compete, we build your future with every heartbeat. That's Petra, your partner. Come joy or strife, guiding you toward the dreams that define your life. For your pensions, investments, loans, and more, visit our website at petraonline.com or call 0242 435037. Petra, achieve more.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
This is 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 Television. It's another honor series of the Citi Business Festival 2026. We're actually still in our second week looking at the key drivers of the Ghanaian economy, what the high impact sectors are and the opportunities therein. Today we are looking at agribusiness and agro-processing. We are starting from the farm, take you to the factory and what the export market also looks like. My guest is William Neti. He is head of agribusiness at Absa Bank. The 2026 edition of the Citi Business Festival is powered by 97.3 Citi FM as well as Channel 1 Television in partnership with Absa Bank. We are proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited and Petra Trust. I am Ni Lati, by the way, and welcome. Many thanks indeed for your time once again. Today we are helping you understand how agribusiness functions as a connected system and the real opportunities that exist right now and what is required to make it commercially viable. And I told you my guest is the head of agribusiness at Absa Bank, Mr. William Neti. Mr. Neti, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you.
We met last year. Yeah, good to have you again. We're looking at financing agribusiness. This time around there's a bit of, tweaking to the conversation. We are looking at agro-processing and everything in between. So in the next 30 minutes, you really unpack that for us. But really, is there a difference between agribusiness and agro-processing?
All right. So generally, agribusiness refers to all the activities that happen within the agri space. Okay. And it starts right from the, from where you have inputs coming in their raw state, nothing has been done. It cannot produce, it cannot be food itself, but it has to be converted. So then it goes into the production where, farmers or various actors within the chain go into production. Then after production, it has to be moved to, consumers. So we have, depending on how you produce, we can get into aggregation. In Ghana, we have quite a sizable amount of people doing smallholder farms, and that is what we aggregate to get the volumes. So that has to be aggregated, that has to be moved to the next level. Processing comes in when we want to add value, because if you don't, you have post harvest losses, and which which can be high. In this country, you can get as high as 50% post-harvest losses on the farm because of bad storage and all of that. So then we move on to the agro-processing bit, which is adding value, and that requires a lot more activity to put it in a state that would preserve it for a longer time, allow you to move it to various, whether in country or outside the country, and then be able to sell. And it also depends on, who is buying from you and the requirement. So the processing bit can be very specific and can be it can take a bit of time and effort to get it at the right position. Yeah.
Amazing. So agribusiness is like the entire value chain,
yes,
the commercial bit of it, the ecosystem. But agri-processing is just a specific part of it
yes.
that has to do with, let's say, value addition,
adding value,
storage,
yes.
and also reducing transportation and reducing post-harvest losses.
Everything is
amazing. So why is the agri-processing bit a very important aspect of the whole value chain? Because of its important role. Usually we talk about agribusiness. Well, let's put hoes and cutlasses together. Let's farm something. Let's produce something. But more often than not, we leave the agro-processing bit where the value addition really comes in. This time around, why has it become so important for us to be talking about it?
It's very important. I mentioned earlier about the post-harvest losses.
50%.
So you can get even more than that. You can lose entire. Once you harvest and you don't have a good storage, put it in the warehouse that is infested, you definitely have pests destroying your whole crop. Even on the field, it can happen if you don't keep it well. So it's very important that you go into beyond the harvesting and getting the produce. You go into some sort of preservation. It allows you time to store it. It allows you to be able to move it to various destinations. It just improves the quality of the produce that you have, and that should fetch you a lot more once you've added value to it. And it's through the agro-processing bit that allows you to do that.
But I was expecting to hear finance. Does it also play a role?
Financing will come in when we talk about the equipment that we are importing. So we have what we call commercial asset financing, where people are bringing in equipment. How do you get money to your supplier from China or from Europe or anywhere else? So it's important. Finance plays in this area. When these equipment have come in and you are processing, how do you get working capital? So we have various kinds of working capital solutions that we deploy to, even to the extent that the workers that are working for you would need some financing. So the bank goes on to look at financing also for even the staff. It's a total package that the bank provides to agribusinesses to ensure that business can go on.
You are still listening to the Honor Series of the Citi Business Festival 2026. My guest today is William Nete, Head of Agribusiness at Absa Bank, really helping us appreciate the transition from agribusiness to agro-processing, how the banks come in to finance, and how stability in the economy matters. Stay with us here. We'll be back with more. You're welcome back. Many thanks indeed for staying with us here on the Honor Series Citi Business Festival 2026. I'm still in studio with William Nete, Head of Agribusiness at Absa Bank. I am Nik Amarteifio. Mr. Nete, let's continue from where you left off before we went on that break. From what I know, we lose about $1.9 billion annually to post-harvest losses alone. And you've mentioned that more than 50% of, a lot of the things that people produce or our farmers produce go waste because you have not been able to add value to it. So 2 quick questions for you, 2 in 1, by the way. What areas should we be looking at if we really want to scale up the agro-processing bit of our agricultural value chain, and how do we even de-risk the sector?
All right, so scaling up, I think it's important. Like I mentioned, if we are to continue to, deal with smallholders, then it would always be that we have to go through the whole motions again, aggregation and all that. We need to scale up in various areas to ensure that we are getting the volumes that industry requires. And so the production levels have to go up, and by that we mean that getting quality inputs, getting the financing needed, getting support, getting the technical know-how, and all of that to ensure that our production can go up. The levels at which we produce in this country is quite low if you compare that to other countries. So for us to be commercial or be commercially viable in the production of some of these commodities, we have to ensure that we have these things in place. Once we have produced, we need to look at the processing bit. The processing bit, when you add value to some of the crops, you are able to increase the level of labor you take from like 1 to 10 or even 1 to 20 in some instances.
In as much as there are prospects, I also see a myriad of challenges. And in terms of the risk in the sector, I really want to find out from you how different the financing from an agribusiness is from agri-processing, or they are basically the same?
They are not the same.
Okay.
They are not the same. So financing, because financing agribusinesses entails a lot and it cuts across the whole value chain, there are various differences. I mean, if somebody is financing inputs, the inputs would come in once you know your supplier, you know the quality, and you buy, you are spot on. When you finance, let's say production, you know the risk involved, so you know how you structure it. If I'm financing a tomato farm and it will take 3 months to be ready, the gestation is 3 months, then I know that within that period there's no money coming in, and then I structure it like that. So the financing are different. When it comes to agro-processing, you are talking about producing for a specific market. These markets may be in the US, it may be in the UK or Europe somewhere or elsewhere. There are specific standards that these countries apply to the sort of products that have to come into their country. So they would be expecting you to meet those requirements. If you are not able to meet those requirements, then it becomes a challenge. Your whole shipment can be refused, and that will cost you a fortune. These standards are made available. We have HACCP, we have Global Gap, we have the British Global Standards. All these standards are there, and they guide the way you have to produce. The workplace, the people involved, the shop floor, every one of them has specific requirements. Even within that is the one that the Standards Board would also, and then the FDA would also bring along to make sure that you are meeting specific standards, because at this point it's going to another country. And then the financing would follow. If you finance an agro-processor and then he gets it wrong, there's some contamination in the food, or there's some pest, or there's anything within the food chain, and it gets out there, it becomes a loss to the. So the risk there has to be really considered carefully before financing.
Indeed, but you'd mentioned that there are some crops we really want to focus more if we want to, scale up our game. Yeah. Do you have on top of your head, let's say 5 crops we should be considering?
Oh, yeah. So we know the crops that do well for us when it comes to. I would focus more on the ones that we export a bit. So we do cocoa. Everybody knows cocoa.
Okay.
But now we need to add value. We are adding value to semi-processed cocoa. So we have a few factories that are doing that, linked up to farmer groups and all of that. And that has been significant in the exports that we do. I mean, we all know that Ghana is second when it comes to cocoa export. But we can't continue exporting the
cocoa in the
raw form. So that has to be done, and that's a major income level to the country. We do cashew, and I must say again that for us, what I think has to be done is the level of production. Okay. Our levels of production is still very low when you compare to countries around us, and so that has to be improved. And we had a lot of cashew companies. Some of them have gone down. A few of them are coming up and now going to semi-processed, and then they can ship. And I think that has to be done. I mean, if you export a raw cashew, okay, and you process a cashew and you sell it, the difference is significant. It's like three times what you get from the process, even a semi-processed, and it can go as far as like 6 times when it's fully processed. So the pricing even becomes something. We look at share. I mean, share. There are not many countries that do share. We are a strong share, producing country. But over the years, our women and our children, it has provided employment for them. They have picked these share nuts. We've exported them. If we looked at producing that in large quantities, we should be, fine with that. We are looking at yam. Even yam has become very significant, and Ghana, we need to push that. We have the fruits that we produce, so mangoes, that goes to Europe and all of that. We look at these because we have comparative advantage over so many countries. I mean, you have the good weather, you have the water across the country. We should be able to increase productivity in this area. So these are a few of the crops.
So cocoa, cashew, share, yam, which I find very interesting.
Oh yeah.
And also fruits.
Yes. And we do vegetables.
Okay,
so,
vegetables.
We do vegetables, but still very, we are not producing at that level that, and so those are some of the areas that we need to look at.
Very well, but I really want us to talk about what ABSA is doing as a game changer for agribusiness in Ghana.
As we go into this year, we are looking at how best we can continue to support agribusinesses with working capital. We are looking at how best we can bring in risk mitigation for some of these farmers to increase productivity. We are looking on how we can even support fintechs that are working with smallholders, so they are closer to the smallholders. We are looking at how we can work with financial institutions that are closer to agribusinesses on the ground, and then support them to be able to get financing going down to these agribusinesses. So on the whole, we see this year to be a stepping stone, and we are going to launch out strongly as we go on. But we'll provide the equipment financing, we'll provide working capital, we'll provide guarantees for businesses, we'll provide project financing and all of that to support. And even beyond that, I mentioned how to support the workers within companies.
All right, thank you very much, William Neti, Head of Agribusiness at ABSA Bank, for laying out the agricultural value chain for us here on the Citi Business Festival on a series. Now, what I want to do now is to allow us hear from a company or someone who is adding value to raw agricultural produce and then turning them into finished products, after which they export. I'm talking about Praise Export Services Limited. They are working right in the middle of the value chain. You watch this. We talk a lot about agro-processing, value addition and export here in Ghana. But all of these elements that I have mentioned must certainly become a product this product must also find its way onto the market, which is why today we are here at one of the leading exporters of processed food in the country. I'm talking about Praise Export Services Limited here in Pokwase in the Greater Accra region. As part of the Citi Business Festival Honor Series, we are here today to find out exactly what they do and how they are also helping and contributing to the agri-business industry right here in Ghana. Come with me. So like I mentioned, Praise Export Services Limited is one of the companies in the thick of things when it comes to agro-processing, adding value, and then exporting some of the non-traditional items we have here in the country. And I'm very happy to have one of their managers talk to me here about what they currently do and how they are also trying as much as possible in their own small way revamp the agribusiness sector of the country. So I just want to know who I have here with me, who is going to walk us through the kind of things they do here at Praise Export Services Limited. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
You're welcome.
And then also to the honor series of the Citi Business Festival 2026. What do you do here? Who are you in the first place?
Thank you. We are glad to have you here. My name is Mark Safani, and I'm responsible for training and compliance in Praise Export Services Limited.
Mark, thank you so much for allowing us into your premises. So when we say Praise Export Services Limited, really, you guys, what do you do?
Well, Praise Export Services is an agro-processing company that produces non-traditional items, food items for exports into the diaspora and beyond. And so we are into the production of palm oil, production of palm-based products, cereals and grains, and also in the flour mills. These are categories of products we have that we produce and export to the Western markets and beyond.
I see. So how long have you been in this business, and how did you even start in the first place? Is it that you were doing production and later added export to it, or it started simultaneously?
Thank you. It's been an interesting journey, really, because Praise started in 1994 officially, and the motivation came from the MD who spent some time outside in a food store and looking at how farm produce were perishing on the market, felt that there was a need to do some value addition. But initially, when he came down after studies, the company started with the buying and selling of farm produce, the raw farm produce, plantain, yam, and stuff. So that is what the company started with, and continued with exports into the US, the UK, and some other parts of the world. But somewhere along the line, there was that strong need to do value addition because the value of the products, the farm produce, were very low, and then they were also high risk because they were very perishable. So the need to invest into equipment to do value addition came about, and that was in the early 2000s where Praise ventured into full-fledged agro-processing and exports.
So from what you are saying, you don't do any business here in Ghana. Whatever is processed here, straight outside the country, export. But you've mentioned UK and US as two of the countries that you export to.
Yeah.
Are they the only countries or there are others?
No. We do exports into the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, and then we're also trying some other new markets.
Okay.
In the United Arab Emirates. We are looking at Africa with the coming up of AFTA. We're looking at some new markets in Africa as well. So we are gradually expanding.
So you don't sell in Ghana, but you produce and source your local products here in the country.
Exactly.
So do you source from farmers, aggregators, cooperative unions? I just want to have a sense of how you get your raw material since you don't sell in the country.
I see. Yeah, so we have a mix. We source from both individual farmers and then aggregators as well.
Okay.
Yes, all the products we deal in, we source from both aggregators and individual farmers.
I see. Which areas? Southern parts of the country, middle belt, the northern parts of the country? Where?
So depending on the product, but mostly it's in the central and then the eastern corridors.
Okay.
This is where most of our raw materials come from. And then we have bits and pieces flowing in from the vault as well.
Oh, so your raw materials would be like palm nut and what?
So we have palm nuts, we have palm oil, we have plantain, the plantain fruits, we have cocoyam, we have gari, we have cassava chips, we have groundnuts, maize, I mean, just name them.
Okay. So we are still here at Praise Export Services Limited. Mark is the head of training and compliance, and he's talking to me about some of the great things they are doing in terms of value addition and agro processing. So Mark, you've taken us through what you guys do basically, but this time around, be more specific about the product mix that you have. I have seen palm nuts here. I do not think that that's the only thing you produce. So what else do you have? So you produce...
So thank you. Yes, we do. There are three main product categories. There's the palm category, there's the oil category, and then there's the flour and meals category. So with the palm category, we have palm cream, plain palm cream paste. We have palm cream with herbs. It comes with the kakra spices and then turkey berries. And then we have palm cream with onion ginger flavor. So these are the three variants of palm cream that we have.
The raw one means that there's nothing
there's
in it.
Nothing in it, just the plain base, yes.
Then we have one with herbs.
Yes.
And then also the one with onions and ginger.
Yeah.
Okay. So apart from this, what else do you have here?
So we have the oil section, which also handles palm oil, basically the ordinary palm oil, and then the Zomi palm oil.
Okay.
These are the two variants we have with the oil section.
So that's the oil and palm section.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now cereals, right?
Cereals. Okay. We have Tom Brown. We have Hausa cocoa flour. We have gari. We have Banku mix. We have plantain and cocoyam fufu flour. Yes.
So I know financial institutions have come in to help you, like institutions like ABSA, for example. They have been supporting you. Really.
Yeah.
What does the support from ABSA, for example, do to you as a business? What does it change, and how does it help you?
Okay, I think we'll use this opportunity to thank ABSA Bank very much, because the inflows that came helped us to do a number of things. Some years back, this place wasn't like this. What came in helped us to expand structurally. So we did put up new halls to help with the processing. So when you see the hall behind us, that's the new canning hall, the storage area that is just adjacent the new canning hall, and then the other storage area here for finished products. We also have a staff canteen. These are things that came out of the funding that we received from ABSA. We've also been able to acquire a number of equipment. You saw an electric forklift running around, 2 of them actually. All these are also out of the support we gained from ABSA. Today, we are able to provide our staff with 1 hot meal a day. It's also as a result of the funding we received from ABSA. And to also mention that it came at a very good rate. And so there wasn't so much pressure on our finances.
Well, amazing. But Mark, you know, it's one thing to just produce and then export, and it's another thing to produce best fit for the international market. So what would you say is that one thing that people do not avert their minds to when it comes to producing something good enough for the international market?
Thank you. Yeah, one key thing in that regard has to do with standards.
Okay.
And standards for the export market, it's a no playground, let me put it that way. If you really want to do business in the export field, then you should be somebody who is very critical about standards. And that has been one of the key challenges, because with the markets we deal in, standards keep changing every now and then. You may sleep today, rise up tomorrow, and there's a new standard on the block. But you will have to meet that before you can send your items out there. So standardization is a key issue in this field.
So from what you say, if anyone is watching and listening, that person wants to go into agro processing, exports, and all that, I take it as you need to get your expertise, you need to get your equipment, and also sort out your standards to enable you sail through this whole business that we are talking about. Thank you so much, Mark. I've been speaking to the head of training and compliance at Praise Export Services Limited as part of our honor series of the Citi Business Festival 2026. I am Nik Amarteifio. So we've actually heard from William Nete and also seen what it looks like when it comes to agro processing, taking you to the Praise Export Services Limited at Pokwase here in Accra. But this has been another exciting edition of the honor series of the Citi Business Festival, which is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 Television in partnership with Absa Bank. We are proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zonate Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust. I'm Neil Lati. Many thanks indeed for watching and listening.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
The region or the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Ujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Want more of the world's best entertainment? Well, DSTV's got you. We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got wars, we got drama, we got fun, we got more for everyone.
We got you.
So come on, get connected. There's an upgrade on us just for you.
It's my specialty.
More channels, more shows, more joy for you and the fam every day. DSTV, we got you all the way.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
9:49 Citi Breakfast Show. Imagine your next vacation fully paid, unforgettable, and within reach. By simply using your Absa card, you could win an exclusive trip for two to Mauritius. Spend 350 cedis to earn an entry and enjoy additional chances with every qualifying transaction via your Absa card or Absa digital platform. 9 additional customers will also be rewarded with an all-expense paid weekend escape to a selected resort in Ghana. This promotion is run till 31st July and regulated by NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Your story matters, Absa. FIFA World Cup is coming up big with 48 participating teams. This World Cup has the makings of the biggest in history. Watch 104 games on 4 dedicated HD channels, world-class commentary and analysis live on SuperSport on DSTV from 11 June to 19 July. Get your decoder today at only 69 cedis or reconnect from only 58 cedis and get ready for an experience you can't miss. Petra sees your whole journey, not just your retirement. From building wealth to settling down, we've got solutions for every turn. Investments to build your future, insurance to protect what matters, easy homes to unlock your own doors early. Join the Petra family today and let's do life together. Go to petraonline.com. Petra, achieve more. Academic City students don't just learn, they build, innovate, and lead. Our graduates work with global companies like Apple, Goldman Sachs, and Ernst & Young, while others are building startups and driving innovation across the continent. Academic City offers innovative undergraduate and postgraduate programs in engineering, business admin, communication, AI, data science, and cybersecurity. Admissions are now open. Call 053-101-2236 or visit act.edu.gh. Academic City University, educating future-ready leaders. Ghana's digital financial landscape has grown rapidly, bringing together convenience and financial inclusion to millions. However, This growth has been overshadowed by a sharp rise in fraud, particularly social engineering attacks that exploit human psychology rather than just technical systems. Fraudsters are increasingly targeting customers of banks and banking platforms, tricking them into surrendering sensitive information like your password and your PIN. In response, the Ghana Association of Banks, the unified voice of Ghana's universal banks, has launched the hashtag Shine Your Eye Anti-Fraud campaign. To tell us more about this campaign, I have in studio Cornelius Buama, Head of Regulatory Ethics and Forensics, Ghana Association of Banks. Cornelius, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I also have Ransford Nik Amarteifio Jr., President, Fraud Forum of the Ghana Association of Banks. Ransford, good morning. Why do you put number 2 in the third? It's a trick question. Ransford, good morning.
Bernard, you are adding new names to us. My name is Nanado. And this is Collins as well.
Sorry, I'm seeing 3 names here. Ransford Nanado Jr.
Yes,
that's you.
Yes.
And I have Collins Buama.
Yes,
that's you.
So it's not Cornelius, but Collins.
You need to change your handwriting. And then Nana Ado Ampimdaku.
Yeah, that's me. So there are 2 Nanados.
How can 2 Nanados come for one show?
Interesting.
So you are the Ransford.
No, he's Ransford.
And you are the Nanado.
Yes.
So I'll call you Ransford.
No, you call him
Ransford. Okay, so I'll write. Okay, no problem.
So maybe you want us to swap so that it becomes that would be easy.
No, it's okay. Let's go. So let's start with Collins.
Yes.
It's not Collins. It's Collins.
Collins.
So what is this campaign and why this urge to do it now?
Thank you. So as you rightly introduce the topic for the day. We are coming from Ghana Association of Banks, and Ghana Association of Banks, as you may know, is the official mouthpiece and the lead advocate for all the 23 commercial banks in the country and the BGN, that's Development Bank of Ghana. So anything that impacts our member banks is our major concern.
All right.
And rightfully, as you indicated, fraud has become a major issue in the banking industry. And for that purpose, GAB, as a lead advocate for all the banks, decided to collaborate with other stakeholders. We're talking about stakeholders as in the Ghana Police Service, the judiciary, the IOCO, the BNI, FIC, Financial Intelligence Center, not to leave the Bank of Ghana, to launch this campaign and to create the awareness for our customers alike, because social engineering, as you said, has become a very big monster in the banking industry. And we needed to educate or orient our customers to be aware of the various social engineering schemes that the fraudsters, the social miscreants are employing on our customers to deprive them of their hard-earned deposits.
Okay.
That is the reason for which we launched this fraud awareness campaign.
How serious is fraud in Ghana's banking sector right now, and give us a sense of the scale of the problem?
All right. Okay. So it's quite serious. I mean, the point is that, like we said, because of the fact that we are moving more to tech and we are putting a lot of responsibility on customers, it is becoming a lot more difficult. So, for example, if you want to look at the 2024 Bank of Ghana, statistics on fraud, you realize that there were about 16,733 cases that were reported, and the amount at risk was about 99 million cedis. Of course, this is the total exposure, so it doesn't really mean that that's what we lost, and that's a 13% increase year on year from 2023 to 2024. That should tell you. I mean, globally, we are looking about $12 billion dollars every year that we lose to fraud. And you look at the fact that about 98% of all these things come from social engineering. And so when we talk about this, and to give you a picture, in 2025 Q3 alone, the Ghana Association of Banks reported about 3.8 million fraud losses just within the third quarter of 2025. So that should tell you. And we are in Ghana where even data, people don't report and all of that. So this is actually what we are formally accounting for. There may be a lot more that we are not seeing. So when we talk about it, it's quite serious.
What are the most common types of fraud your member banks are currently seeing? Walk us through the tactics the fraudsters use.
Bernard, so social engineering has become the monster. The term looks very big and all that, but basically it's a clever way of manipulating people or customers of banks to divulge sensitive information such as their card numbers, their PINs, their expiry dates, their one-time password, so that they'll be able to log onto platforms and take money from their account. So social engineering is not a technical term. It is human behavior, crisis, where customers are pushed into trusting whoever they talk to. So they receive phone calls, they receive SMS, they receive emails, and purporting to be coming from a bank. And they respond to these things through the use of urgency and fear that if you don't respond to this message in the next 30 minutes, your bank account is going to be closed. So provide these details, your card number, your PIN, your Ghana card number. And when they take these details, they are actually going to compromise your bank account. So social engineering is on top. We have the card fraud because payment cards have become very common. We also have the mobile banking, USSD, and the mobile apps. We also have the internet banking, and then some level of cash suppression. So these are the top 5.
I want you to elaborate on social engineering. Give me an example of how someone can be tricked into giving away their PIN or OTP. Because I'm even told that even highly educated people can be victims. So it's not like it's not about whether you've gone to school or not. No. It's more about how they work. So give me an example of how does this happen?
So you receive a phone call from a number, and the number has been saved on Truecaller as a bank, let's say Citi Bank. So the first thing is that it's playing on your intelligence to believe.
Because
so the first thing is that on Truecaller you see your bank's name showing.
Meanwhile, it's Azan.
It's Azan. The next thing is that when you pick the call, they put you on hold and they will play a jingle from your bank, an advert, and then you believe it.
They have finished you that.
They finished you. So social engineering comes with some level of research. Before they come to you, either through social media, either through your transits, they might have gotten some information. So they now begin to tell you that your bank is doing an update of a platform. And you need your one-time password. We are generating something.
To complete the update.
Yes. We need to give us the code, the 6-digit code that will come on your phone. Give it to us. One, because you've seen Truecaller mention the name of the caller as a bank, you believe it.
They play the jingle.
And these are not, forgive my language, the village callers who say, my name is George Michael or answer Kwame George. No.
Nice
they are
English.
speaking very good English. When we arrest them, these are people who can be managing directors.
Set and tie.
Yes.
Exactly.
And they dress and sit down.
Hello,
They hold
Mr.
what they are.
Avle.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you today?
So they won't call you Mr. Bernard for you to think that, surname.
They'll say, hello,
first
Mr.
name
Avle.
is Mr. So,
How are you doing today?
That kind of thing. And because of AI and all of that, now their language is excellent. It's not like those days where the language.
So they give the R2B and then. All right, so you've explained how this works, and then they'll ask you to give a PIN or a code.
Yes.
And as soon as you give it,
that is the key for your bank account. For instance, you've been given a password. They tell you that we need to unlock your account to actually solve a problem for you. So send your password to us. They generate a one-time password which comes and expires. So they are logging into your account, but they don't have those details. So they want you to believe that there's an agency there for
them that OTP. They finish you.
And we have seen people who have run to the banks, crying because their accounts have been depleted. That is why we are doing this campaign.
So now the banks are telling you that be careful.
Yes. No bank will ever call you and say, we are calling from your bank. Give us these sensitive details.
They don't do it like that.
They won't do it
What's
like
the
that.
single most important thing a listener can do right now to protect their bank account from fraud?
So what it means is that the moment you are called by any fraudster or anybody purporting to be calling from your bank, you need to be conscious. Check, recheck, and cross-check whether indeed the caller is the person coming from your bank. So you may have to call your bank with the dedicated bank line, the respective bank line, and ask whether indeed they are undergoing a particular either a service, whatever it is, or they are the people calling you. Then you are sure that indeed the caller is actually calling from the bank. Otherwise, don't respond to any request.
So the most important thing to do is to call your bank
Exactly.
to check.
Exactly.
Don't do what the person is asking you to do.
No, you don't have to do that.
So you see, Bernard, just a way to add. You know, they know that when the bank can sometimes call you, but they will do what they call IDMV to identify you. But we want to be very specific, certain things that they should never ask you. So for example, nobody asks for your OTP.
Never.
It's never to be asked. Nobody asks you for your full card number. Never. They don't ask you the back. You see the back of the card, there's a number there, CVV.
Yeah.
That's what they use to complete the transactions. They should never ask you for that.
The bank asking you for that.
You know, they shouldn't. They should never ask you. And as he said, you see, if you are not comfortable, just don't speak to them. Just speak to your bank. If you're an RM, speak to them and all of that, and be sure that what you are going to do is actually, sanctioned.
Some people are ashamed that they've been defrauded and they don't want to report it. It's like, why they do me so? So what's your message to people like that? They've been finished, and instead of reporting, they said, this one, I'll sit on it.
You know, the currency for fraud to thrive is secrecy.
Correct.
So the fraudster would say that if I defraud you, you feel shy, and you are not going to say to the second person.
And defraud the second person too.
And he'll go back to defraud the second person. So what we are seeking to address is that anytime anybody falls prey to the scheme of the fraudsters, please speak out.
Yes, please.
Share.
Speak up and speak out.
Exactly. Share.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
At all, because even justices of the highest courts they are falling victims to it. So it is no respect of person, as you did say earlier.
So no, fraud practitioners are actually being falling victims. So it's really not like, you know,
even those of you who learn fraud in school,
it's important.
It's
important that you get to understand that it's everybody. And you see, the point is that they need information. It's very important that if you report, we can help curb it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on in terms of prevention. And so you reporting helps us to be able to see the modus.
All right.
You know, because fraudsters are like antivirus, they are one step ahead. So you need to get to know what they are doing so you can fight. So it's important that they report. And everybody can be a victim. So
just to
not
add,
to be afraid.
Usually people want to report the successful ones. But if they don't succeed, it's equally important to us that you
so if somebody tries to defraud you, we tell you. So how can we tell you?
If you call our helplines.
What is
every
your helpline?
Bank has a dedicated help.
No, but the association should have a line too, so that we can call the association. Give us the number.
So if you are called by a fraudster, you can call 0244 83 43 84.
Nice one.
It is open at all times.
0244
83 43 84.
How can businesses, media partners, and others join the Shine Your Eye campaign?
Bernard, very, very important. The media, number one.
Yeah.
We have all the information, we have all the knowledge.
Sharp.
We can't do it on our own.
Sharp.
We're expecting the media to come on board. Give us interviews like you are doing now. Some of them, yes, not the paid ones. Some of them, CSR, as a corporate social responsibility. Yes.
Use your CSR budget.
And then as individuals, we like listening to funny stuff and using our data. But we're on social media, we're on traditional media, we are in print, we're on billboards and everywhere. When you come across these adverts that we are putting there, some of them, even though they are humorous, they are very educative. Forward them to family members.
So they can also watch.
Yes, so they can also watch.
Final message to the listeners.
Okay, so I think it's important for us to be aware. I mean, being aware in itself is 50% prevention. Fraud is there, it won't go away. People are going to continue and they will take advantage. So you need to be aware that people are there to take advantage of you. And so you need to be careful. You need to trust, but you must verify.
Correct.
It's very, very important that you do that. And like we said, if you are not comfortable for any situation, please make sure that you reach out to your bank, if it's a telco, whatever, make sure you reach out to them. And then you can be sure that whatever it is that's happening is actually, correct. And that you're not being, taken advantage of. Yes.
So spot the fraud, stop the fraud. Thank you very much indeed, Collins, Ransford, and Nanado, gentlemen from the Ghana Association of Banks, speaking to us about this very important campaign, Shine Your Eye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
A flexible policy like Old Mutual Transition Plan helps you build a legacy that offers you cover of up to 300,000 cedis with no underwriting, greater flexibility with no limits to the lives you can cover up to age 80, and an uninterrupted cover enabling you to secure what matters most in your life. Dial *378*3#. Request a call for the Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan today, and let's help you plan Let's help you get a plan that works for you. Old Mutual do great things every day. At Penfield School, Yarifa, we've been building confident, capable learners for 16 years. A co-educational institution with a hybrid curriculum combining GES syllabus and Cambridge Checkpoint, IGCSE, and A-levels. Admissions for this year are open. Slots are limited, so call 027-233-5359. Penfield School, more than a school, a launch pad. Mobile Money FinTech Limited invites all shareholders to its extraordinary general meeting scheduled Friday, June 12, 11 a.m. The meeting will be held virtually at momofintechegm.com. Access to the meeting will be available from 10 a.m. Please note the EGM will commence at 11. Shareholders must use their unique access code, which has been shared via SMS and email, to access the meeting. Access to the virtual meeting is free for all shareholders on the MTN network. You may contact us info@csd.com.gh for more information. End the day with Piva. We have the exotic cocktail, the fantastic grapefruit, the refreshing tangy, and the adventurous orange, all available at a store near you. Call 0550-032-231. Piva, a taste you will love. Wow, we're getting into brunch now, and now Oyo Kwote and the team are here to bring us some great music. Stay with us.
Citi 97.3. Accra. Citi 97.3. More variety.